Hey, welcome to some DeKalb High School football. We are thrilled you're joining us for Homecoming 2026 tonight as the DeKalb Barons are going to take on the Garrett Railroaders. Hey, I'm Jed Friels with you tonight with a BTV student broadcasting crew. We got it all over the field tonight. Gavin Hort, he'll be on the field bringing you live film. Wyatt Nepper, our engineer tonight. Emma Books, our up-close and personal one-on-one camera. And joining me in the booth tonight, Mr. Baker. How are you tonight, Ryan?
Hey, it's another great day. First football game of the season. You see that large crowd out there getting ready to come in. So, yeah, couldn't be a better night.
Yeah, we are thrilled that there's a huge crowd. Emma, pan over there to the parking lot right now. Man, can you get that shot for me, Emma? It is amazing where the people are lining up to come into the stadium to now. Emma's got it good, and it is fantastic there. Also joining us in the booth tonight, one of our new student broadcasters doing an excellent job for us this year, Mr. Charlie Holbrook. Charlie, how are you?
Great. How about you?
I'm good. Get your mic a little closer. We'll get you trained yet.
Sorry.
Okay, you got to eat it. All right.
That's right.
You will get there for us, but it's going to be a great night as we continue to roll here at Barron football. Hey, these two teams have got a great rivalry, and they like to go head-to-head and toe-to-toe. What can you tell us, Mr. Baker, that you know about this rivalry?
Well, it was very heavily dominated by the Barons back in the day. The rivalry took a break for a while, started back up in fall of 2011, and it's been pretty even since. So it's been a good rivalry. Looking for another great game here tonight. Really just excited to see what happens.
Yeah, I am too. We look at this crowd tonight. We got in the bleachers, and it is amazing what's happening with the student section all in black tonight, and that's going to be a fantastic ride. Garrett's crowd starting to roll into the game here. Won't surprise me, Baker, if we start late tonight.
Well, it's been that kind of day.
I hate to say it, but there's so much construction everywhere, man, that it is hard to find a parking spot right now. And you take a big game like this, and it's hard. Once the new buildings are done and everything, the Fine Arts Center in the back, and all the new pavilions that are going up for tennis and soccer and softball and baseball, going to be incredible when we get done. But it's going to take some patience from all of our people to know what's happening. So they continue out there. Emma, zoom in on that crowd out there, man. The line is clear out to the gate, and it is out through the parking lot. So we're excited about this rivalry tonight between the Barons and the Railroaders. That's going to be a fantastic night, and hopefully it'll just be a great evening.
Yeah, and if you look out there at just all the cars, I don't ever remember this parking lot being as full. Looking at that sea of cars out there, and I know we have some construction that took away some parking spaces, but yeah, it looks great out there. Everybody's getting all their money paid up, and $7. So it is an odd amount of money that you have to pay to get in.
So a little change.
So it's gonna be a little. Yeah, you're gonna have to make change. It's gonna be like working Black Friday at Best Buy.
Yeah, well, let's hope they got enough pork burgers, and so that we can all get something to eat at lunch. That's going to be a big thing. But yeah, really excited about what's happening tonight and across Barron Land in general. Charlie, what's your assessment of tonight's game?
It's a really fun game. This is when I played football. This was my favorite game to play because my dad played for Garrett. And
so a little family rivalry there.
Yep. So, and it's only a couple miles between the two schools, so it's really close and a great rivalry.
Yeah, there's no doubt this rivalry goes back over 50 years.
60 years.
Well, clear back to the consolidation process back in 1963, in that era when we started consolidating. We were talking about who consolidates, who doesn't, and of course you had towns like Ashley and Waterloo and Auburn consolidating. Garrett decided not to join the DeKalb county-wide school system, so we ended up with a DeKalb Eastern and a DeKalb Central, and then the Garrett Kaiser Butler. And so this rivalry's been going all the way back to the consolidation process. So we'll see what happens. What about stats tonight, Charlie? What have you got for us?
So the Barons have looked really solid in the summer. They've had many awards for players. Miles Brockhouse recently got a local offensive line award, which was really cool.
Yeah, top 10 in the state, the area that they're.
And he's related to alumni Maximus Brockhouse.
There you go.
His younger brother, who's a junior, is also, I believe, starting on the line too. So that's cool to see brother and brother on the offensive line.
Well, and without a doubt, a lot of tradition here. Homecoming moved up early this year, so here we are. And mainly because the calendar is so full, and with construction, the band invite and other things were all moved around, and this seemed the best game and the most appropriate time. There come the Garrett Railroaders are heading out onto the field right now. They are clear down at the end zone, getting ready to get picked up and come through. And you can see that they're going to make their entrance, but Barron Nation is also lining up to try to get them, our boys, through the tunnel. Here come the Railroaders onto the field tonight.
Yeah, there's the home field booing the away team, which is pretty...
Yeah, there is no doubt there's no love lost between these clubs.
Yep.
We'll wait to see those moments when the Barons come out.
Posting up on the Baron head, which is...
Emma, you may have to sneak a quick peek through the window if you can catch a shot of the tunnel. I don't know, it's probably going to be right in your postway, isn't it? Can you go? You can just barely see it there the way our cameras are set up, but the big tunnel, we'll see if we can get you a better shot of that. And hopefully Emma can get you a shot of them running out.
Yeah. A little fun fact of the day: DeKalb leads the all-time series 32-13.
Yeah,
32-13.
That first game that the two teams played was on October 20th of 1967.
67, Charlie. So you're right, man. Almost 40 years, buddy. I mean, 60 years. Yep. My math is bad tonight, Charlie.
The DeKalb Barons beat the Garrett Railroaders the first time, 34-7. Hopefully, they're looking at doing the same type of thing today or tonight.
It all comes down to who gets the little pointy thing across the line the most, doesn't it, Baker?
That's right. That little the ball that's not the shape of any other ball.
We always joke about it. They put those lines on it so you know where to cut it off and make it a real ball. No, just kidding. That's the old soccer coach in me coming out. But no, we're really, really excited about this tonight. Pretty soon the Barons are going to come storming out of the tunnel here, and we are fired up about getting some great shots for you tonight and trying to bring this game to you. Again, our student broadcast team, Charlie Holbrook. There come the Barons out of the locker room. Emma spin around, grab them coming out of the locker room. They are making their way to the tunnel. As they head to the tunnel, we're going to see what's happening, and that they're walking out. They look focused tonight, Baker. What do you think? Are they focused enough?
I think they are. This is going to be something where, we had our best season since 2019 coming out, and Coach Robertson doing a fantastic job last year with the Barons. So I think Coach Robertson and staff have the Barons ready to go, ready to play hard, and ready to extend that series lead.
Agreed. I think both teams, though, definitely have something to prove, because the Garrett Railroaders, they beat us in the regular season, and then we came back and beat them in the sectional. I think it was sectional. But so both teams have something to prove. Who really is better?
Yeah, so this is definitely going to be a big game tonight. And Charlie knows a little bit about big games, as Big Game Charlie over here had one of the biggest interceptions in DeKalb flag football history, sending us to a state championship last year.
Yeah, I did.
We love that when all of our athletes are involved. Charlie, you're involved in BTV, you're involved in show choir, you're involved in theater, you were involved in athletics, still are unified. I love that. Now you're involved on a broadcast team, so we love that for you.
And that's back-to-back first down.
What a video, huh? That's really cool.
It is pretty cool.
Yeah, we're picking that up, getting that over on to BTV. A great highlight. Here they're getting ready now. The Baron heads back up. Look, we got the smoke rolling out of the fire. There they're coming.
Everybody's
the
on their
tunnel
feet.
is ready, and here they come. Boom, boom, boom. They are coming out on the field, and they are ready for some action tonight. The Barron football is strong this year, up to 80 members now on the team, so that's really, really exciting for Coach Robertson and his crew. They're doing a great job. These kids are pumped up tonight. So, you get that many numbers and you got guys deep into the JV. Those squads are pushing these guys. So, really, really exciting times for Barron football.
Agreed, yeah. And Coach Robertson even had a great recruiting. He brought out players like Paxton Woods, who hasn't played football since, I believe, middle school, I want to say. And he's starting tonight at nose tackle, I believe. And he's going to be a standout player. Huge guy. I'm calling it that he's going to make some great plays tonight.
Well, and I think, too, you get kids that come back out. Anytime you have a coaching change, it does take some time to continue to build your program, and every coach knows that. And Coach Robertson's second year here, and he's had some time to build some relationships with kids. And kids come and go from every program. It's just, 38 years of coaching, I can never say that I didn't have kids coming and going at some point. They try different things, and that's okay. We want them to do that. So, well, hey, they are on the sidelines. They are ready to go. We are just moments away here. They got a few people left at the gate. They're trying to get in, but the line is almost gone. And we are going to be ready to go.
And the captains are out there. And,
yeah, some of those captains are Drake Hall, Miles Brockhouse, and I couldn't get the other numbers, but those are some of the captains for the DeKalb Barons.
Yeah, those captains, Coach has got the team getting those out there to represent those boys, and they're doing a great job. We are excited about what's to happen here. They are at the center 50-yard line right now with the flip. A little bit more what's going on the rest of the weekend here, man. Homecoming has been great. Juniors, Emma Books, our camera lady, man, they pulled out the victorious win at Powder Puff. Congratulations, Emma. And tomorrow, the DeKalb Invite is going on in the tennis stadium. Beautiful new courts that have been redone, and they are amazing. So we're hoping the Barons bring home and defend their title. That's going to be fantastic. Wyatt, what can you tell me about the Invite?
Yeah, the Invite's going to be starting at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, and we're all really excited. Currently, we're the reigning champs for 1 year. An iffy 2 years in a row. But last year, I've been individual champ in 3 singles and 2 singles for 2 years. Oliver Darrow's been individual champ for 2 years as well, and we're really excited for the turnout.
It's going to be a great day tomorrow. Also out there, BTV superstar Emma Books, like we talked earlier. You got a cross-country meet tomorrow, right, Emma?
I do. It's taking place at Huntington University. We ran there last year. We ran there actually a couple times. It was really good. Our team this year is bigger than last year, which is great, especially our girls team, which is really nice. We have a bunch of freshmen on our team, but they've really been working hard over the summer and everything. It's been really great.
It's great, Emma. So the Barons are going to receive the kick here as Garrett's going to kick off. So Garrett will get the ball after halftime here.
Braxton McCormick. And number 12, Elijah Worsler.
Here we go, Baker. Do you have predictions tonight? I'm going with the Barons by 21. I'm going strong tonight, okay? I'm not sure what the final score is going to be, but I'm thinking just around 28-7. I'm going to go there. I'm just going to say it's going to happen. It might be wrong. Charlie, what's your prediction?
I'm going DeKalb by 40.
40? Charlie, really out there, Ryan?
I was going to say, more on Charlie's. I think we're going to see a second half running clock.
All right, here we go. We are underway. Barons up the middle.
Down around the 30. I think that's the 30. Barron's offense, and that's Coach Robertson's start of his second career, or his second chapter here at the DeKalb Barons.
Gavin, FYI, I cannot see.
So we do have to give a shout out to Adam Crone, who commented on the. I think I got unplugged. Shout out to Adam Crone, commented on the stream. He's a Garrett basketball coach, so great to see Adam tuning in. I had to give that little running clock joke for Adam there.
So what's really interesting about this year is Xavier Weiss had a very standout performance over at East Noble. He's starting tonight, but they also had a Carroll transfer who is really good in the summer practices. So the Barons are going to start their drive off with a quarterback sneak right up the middle. I think they're going to get maybe 5 yards. Going to mark them down right about the 35, I want to say. There's going to be a 2 in the box. Second down, they need 5 more to convert. But me personally, I think I would start Xavier Weiss just because of the way he proved himself at East Noble. Will Weber, his helmet came off. He had to stand out in a game, and Xavier just proved himself with getting a touchdown that play. They're going to hand it off up the middle, and that's going to go backwards. They're going to Garrett Railroaders are going to bring them back to the 30.
Brought down to the back of number 1, Aiden.
It's going to be 3rd and I believe 10, but they could put them somewhere else.
It'll be 3rd and 7.
Ooh, 3rd and 7. All right. So, yeah, 3rd and 7 for the Barons. Here we go.
I believe that was carried by Drake Hall, too, number 8. The Barons going to have 2 on the right side, 1 on the left. They're going to have a tight end on the right side and running back on the right side. Here comes the snap. Low snap, goes back to a pass. Air comes out right in the middle.
Vice's pass complete. Number 3.
That's going to be a first down for the Barons.
That'll be enough for a Baron. First down.
So what happened there is one of the receivers came down. I think it was I want to say it's a slant or just a small cross route that he ended up. Xavier threw a bullet pass and it ended right in his chest, which was a great pass.
Absolutely perfect pass there. Perfect first down pickup.
Well, and that's what you want. You know, that first bound, just a confidence builder right there. You got the first down. You didn't go 4 and out. You got to make sure that happens.
Drake Hall.
Now the Barons, after getting that first down, they're going to go back, I want to say 3 yards. It was a bubble pass or a running back slot pass. And that's going to bring them back, I want to say 8 yard. It's going to be 2 and 11. DeKalb taking time, calling their play there. Going to be offensive line lining up, getting set. Xavier calling the snap.
Talking to you right now.
He's going to keep that one. He's going to pick up some yardage.
I want to say a first down, too.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, you know, and that just shows the diversity of what's going to happen in the backfield. They had good protection there, so he decided to keep it. And boom, 2 first downs on the first drive. You can't ask for a better start than that.
And that's just good on Xavier because that was a read option, I want to say, and that was able for either Xavier to have that or I believe Drake. And Xavier was able to spot a gap that he was able to take. Just good. Good play.
You've got to be really steady. It's really laggy right now.
Okay, so the Barons just converted. Xavier's going to look at taking another one here. The snap, the handoff, the fake, gives it to his...
Vice's pass complete to number 6, Malachi
Webb. Big tight end. He's going to get down to the, I want to say 40, but they're going to mark him at the...
Looks to be a gain
45.
of 5 yards. It'll be 2nd
Or sorry,
and
41.
5.
Excuse me.
Yeah, Malachi made the switch from offensive line to tight end this year.
Good for him.
Speaking of making the transition, look at Blake Smith out there, your old flag football teammate from last year's state championship team.
He did have the reason why he was playing flag football.
Oh, there's a big run by Vice.
Xavier Vice.
Good
That'll be
play.
enough for a Baron. First down.
I think Xavier also has something to prove here too, Ryan, because what actually happened was Xavier came from Garrett. I mean, and he was here when DeKalb, I mean, they were having their year when they weren't doing the best, but he stuck with it and he's proven them here. I mean, I think he's going to be a great quarterback for this team.
Yeah, absolutely. He's going to get the reps, and, you know, he proved himself last year, as you said earlier, and that was a nice run.
Drake Hall.
Pick up a 5, maybe 6. 2 in the box, need 5.
It's just a really good start to this drive here. You know, you pick it up and you pick those 2 first downs up, and then you continue to move the ball down the field right now. And here you are on the 23-yard line, second down with a chance to score, all right? You know, they're going to make the red zone here. What is it, 20 or 25, Charlie? 20, the red zone.
I think it's 25.
20, right? 25 or 20?
I want to say 25.
I'm just saying officially, when we go to the red zone, we talking 25 and in or 20 and in, Baker?
You know, I usually say the 20.
Me too.
But yeah, I usually like to say the 20.
All right, so
play. I think that play was not gone the way it was supposed to go. Drake Hall was in motion. Xavier looked for I want to say a flick to Drake Hall, but he wasn't there, so Xavier just kept the ball. Maybe got 2, I want to say. But that's going to leave the Barons 3rd down and maybe 4, 3, I want to say.
Big shout out to everybody tuning in tonight. We're really, really happy about so many people watching today. Really, really excited about this game tonight. So thanks for tuning in, Adam Reed and the rest of you out there. So we love what's happening, and we're glad we could bring you tonight's game. Hey, it's up the middle, and he's free, and he's going, and he's
down to 5. Big hit by number 20.
A nice hard hit there, Charlie. But man, he was going to the end zone.
Yeah,
that was Evan Sells and Guzman. Guzman, you know, one of the players we got to watch.
Yeah.
For Garrett.
I'd say one of their best players, I would say.
Yeah, and you know, Coach Crone from Garrett let us know that they also had some transfers this year. Number 8, Leighton Stanton, new to the Garrett roster, the linebacker.
All right, Xavier's going to keep it, go up the middle. Does he have a hole? I think he does. That's either a touchdown or he's down at the 1.
It is short, man. They're going to mark it short.
2nd and 2. No, sorry, 1.
It is 2nd and goal.
All right, well, here we go. You guys called it, man. Maybe I should readjust my estimate at the beginning here, but I guess I can't do that after we start, right?
Well, the opening drive, you have butterflies on both sides, so you can't really tell a whole lot from the first drive of the season. But
Xavier's going to keep it.
It is up the middle, and that is a touchdown. That is in, and boom.
Yep.
I really like the way they're playing. This is a new type of offensive playbook that I haven't seen. They really like giving it to that. Xavier's a bigger quarterback, and I think they're going to keep on giving him those up the middle or side or option runs.
Yeah, that's what's going to carry DeKalb this year. We have a huge offensive line. Vice is a bowling ball back there, so we're just going to keep going.
Kind of reminds me. I wasn't there. Maybe Mr. Friels was there, but in the year they won state, they rarely passed it. They had 5 to 6 passes per game.
Yeah, well, we had the 4 horsemen on the line, and they could do anything they wanted. Those boys were unbelievable. And I was here, and it was phenomenal. We were down there. You think about those runs, and not only that year, but the years after. I was actually a cheerleading coach back then, believe it or not. But it's like, those guys, they stood outside the back locker room door, and they painted their shoes black before every game.
Oh, yeah.
Because every single person was going to be the same and just be part of the team. There was no standing out. And I'll never forget, you'd walk back by the old locker room, there'd be all these footprints right there that had black paint all over them.
That's so cool.
But when they took the field, they meant business every single game and every single play.
And that's a tradition that carried over, through my time of playing, through 2012 at least. So I don't know if they still do that. I guess we could know. Obviously they don't if you look down there at some of those shoes.
The shoe thing has definitely changed. When I coached, everybody wore black, and I always told them, I don't care what shoe you buy because they all paint the same.
Yeah.
But that has changed a little bit. There's a little more autonomy on the sidelines today.
All right, here to kick for the Barons, Dawson Cleverly. Here comes the kick. It's a shorter kick. He's going to retrieve it around the 10. Oh!
Nice hang time, nice placement. That was perfect.
Right at the 9. And I'm a firm believer that Dawson Cleverly is one of the best kickers, I think, in DeKalb history.
Well, I'll tell you what, hang time right there. I always remember Coach Schlemmer, and he's still on the sidelines. Probably one of the oldest coaches that we've had work for DeKalb High School, and he's a phenomenal coach. But he used to take his stopwatch, and he would time the hang time. And he always said, if I can get another half a second, then every one of my guys got another 10 steps down the field. And you think about that, it's huge.
Yeah,
just huge.
I played two maybe years ago. I just quit a while ago, but he still does that, and he'll go for punt, PAT. He'll get his stopwatch out, and he'll say, we need a couple more seconds shaved off, and that's a great punt.
I love that, and I think those are the little bitty things that make the difference, and that's what we're trying. All right, well, here we go. Railroaders on their first attempt down the field. They have 1st and 10. We'll see what happens. Can they put together a drive and pick up a first down?
First look at the Baron defense here.
And that's going to Guzman to the outside. 2
pulling guards. Big hit. I think they're going to get him out of the 20. I think that was a pulling guard and a pulling tackle, which is great on Garrett because that just means they have a fast offensive line.
Yes, Garrett, very athletic. You got Guzman, who's very fast. Aiden Reed had a breakout season last year. You got the Hefty Bros out there. You have everything you need in the skill positions. Can the line hold up against the Barons?
That's how games are won.
Yep. You win and lose games on the line. So I think if Garrett can hold up on the offensive line with the skill players they have, it's gonna be a good game tonight.
We have you. The pass, he's gonna look. He almost had a receiver there. He was looking for Ty Bickley, I believe.
We have your shot.
I think it's very interesting. They're running a older offense. I believe they have a fullback of some type. He's in a 3-point stance in the backfield.
Yeah, it's got like a wing, wing tee with the option offense. That's what you do when you are very fast and you have a smaller team. Like if you look at the offensive line compared to DeKalb's, Garrett has a smaller line, so you use a different offense that's geared towards your line, a lot like how Navy and Army run their offense in college.
All All right, so wow, big defensive play for the Barons. That's going to be all of the defensive line ended up being on that running back, and they went backwards, I believe.
Now they picked up a yard there.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, they picked up a yard, so, you know. But the bottom line is it's third down. That's what we want, man.
I would expect the student section to get loud here. 3rd and 8, I believe.
Your shot is really laggy, so we're not going to use long place, but we go.
Garrett taking time in the huddle.
Like covering the huddle.
Coming out on getting set for the ball.
They're all together.
They have one receiver on the right side. 2 tight ends in the back. One coming towards us. A pitch. It hits the ball. Flag on the play.
I'll tell you what, that was
lots of flags.
That was a great bounce off the turf, though. You know, I mean, that hit him, it hit the bounce, and he picked it back up.
Yes.
There's a penalty marker on the field.
That could have gone very bad, though, if it hit the turf any other way.
Yeah, that does take. I mean, that takes some concentration there. You really have to focus in on that ball because you don't know what way it's going to bounce. You have to be ready to scoop that and go.
Yeah, when I played, I started on the NE8 All-Conference when we won in 8th grade, and I had 3 onside recoveries, and that's just a hard because you really don't know which way that ball's going to bounce.
Tell him to make sure his antennas are.
Foul. Targeting is the call.
All right, so we had a clipping call on Garrett.
I send them back.
And they're going to, I think,
against the Railroaders.
I was going to say, Coach Robertson's waving his hand and said, no, we want to decline that because that makes it 4th down.
Yeah.
Now, maybe if it's first or 2nd down, you say, yeah, let's take that penalty. But, you know, when you get a stop on 3rd, no, you want to.
So that's going to be 4th down. They're going to need about 7 yards, I think.
Yep, and they're getting the chains adjusted. I don't know what's going on.
There's still a 3 in the box. Yeah.
Can you calm down kind of towards the middle of the field? Just
they're asking for it to be 4th down.
Since we actually have a shot.
I think they're going to call timeout on Garrett, I believe.
They're getting they're resetting the play clock. They need to get the box fixed.
Official timeout.
Hey, it's a first game for everybody this season, so they're going to be. We have our own side football game going on in the field out there. Got the future Barons and Railroaders probably out there playing football with each other.
Yeah, I gotta always love it when you see the energetic of those kids out there hanging out, doing that. You know, they're here tonight having a good time,
It's a little bit better.
playing their own football. So that's just great, you know.
I remember when I used to come to the games with my dad, and he would be working the games, and I would be back there playing football.
Yeah, I did.
Great
that
time.
Too. All right. I think they're going to end up sending the punt team out. That's what it looks like. Barons are going to send Drake Hall in the backfield to retrieve this punt. We'll see how far that goes for them.
Max Deep's return for the Barons. Number 8, Drake Hall.
But that was good. If you stay still enough, it's not that.
Oh, they're stacking one side. Barron's looking for a block here.
They might get it. Beautiful punt by, I believe, Ty Bickley.
That was a fantastic punt.
Get away from that, yeah. They're going to be down around the 43.
On the line before they go.
Punt is down at the 43-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10, Barons.
All right, let's see what this Baron offense can do. I mean, they marched down in, I wouldn't say horribly long time. It was definitely a quick amount of time.
Also, a pretty good shot.
But we'll see what they can draw up.
We're going to switch HDMIs. I don't know why. I think that's HDMIs.
Reels is swapping your HDMIs also just.
All right, the Barons getting set. Start their 2nd drive of the season.
Give me a little more room to move.
Vice with the snap. Hands it off to Drake Hall coming towards us. He's going to down about the 50.
Hall, the ball carrier.
A good solid gain.
Which will be a gain of 6 yards. It'll be
That's the thing. We're just going to keep chunking away.
Yeah.
A few handful of yards here, handful of yards there.
And the more you run it too, I mean, you're running out of time. I mean, if you're winning, that's a good solid choice.
Yeah.
Have to reboot.
All right, Barron's going to put 2 recievers on the right side, one on the left, and a tight end on the right. Handoff in the middle. He's going to fake that. It's going to go nowhere, though.
Pass intended for number 3, Zayden Zirkle, falls incomplete.
He's going to try for his intended
His
receiver of
3rd
Zayden
and 3.
Zirkle. I'd say a good young wide receiver.
Just wait a minute.
Yeah, that's the thing with the Barons. They lost a lot of receivers. The majority of their yards and receptions are gone.
Yes, some of those standout players were Xavier Bell, Noah Spears, a good amount of players. All right, so the Barons are going to have a good, solid quarterback keep up the middle of Xavier Weiss. They really like that play, I think, and I'm sure it keeps on working. So why not keep on running it?
Yeah, Garrett's bringing in some of their bigger linemen here.
Yeah.
They're just going for reinforcements. Yeah, I mean, you got to make changes. That's what football's all about. It's making changes on the fly.
Yeah. And I'd say one of the hardest positions to play would be the defensive or offensive line.
Oh, there's Blake Smith with the catch.
He's going to keep on going. There is a flag on the play, but he's at the 10, 5. He's going to get out of the 5. There is a flag on the play, though.
It'll be interesting to see who this flag is on. With the flag, it looks like maybe it's going to be on the Railroaders. Are we going to decline it?
Have you rebooted?
I don't know. That's what they're looking at it, seeing what's going on.
Currently, though, this offensive drive has been 15 seconds, so it's a solid, quick, fast-paced offense. I mean, it's a lot slower than the Garrett Railroaders, but I mean, it's working for them.
Yeah, it looks like that's going to be on the Barons as everybody's making their way back. Coach Robertson's trying to educate the official as to why he was wrong.
And that's hard too, because you want to be a good person and understand it probably was on you, but you had a great play. So what are you looking at?
Okay, we've got your picture. Yeah,
it's gonna be interesting to see what they come up to here. Now he's back talking to the head ref, and we're gonna get our call. Well, looks like we have a lineman downfield on the Barons.
That's a
illegal man downfield is the call on the Barons.
Well, I was wrong about that, so that's going to be tough news for the Barons right there.
It's going to put them back in bet.
Yeah, you hate to say that's a 60-yard mistake, but that's a 60-yard mistake.
Yeah.
But it happens, right? What do? Fortunately, you're up on the scoreboard. It is 7-0, and that's good stuff. So.
Yeah, and knowing Blake Smith and what we saw out of him last year on the flag football scene, I think we're going to see a few more of those tonight.
Yeah, and I know for a certain, just on Blake's personality, I know he's like, hey, look, it's okay. We'll do it again. It's going to be fine. All right, Vice sending a wide receiver in motion, Drake Hall. He's going to keep it up the middle. Garrett's going to push him back a yard or two, but I think that's a solid 3-4 yard game.
A gain of 2 on the play.
Sorry, 2 yards.
It'll be 2nd and 13.
So we're moving right along. Great game so far.
Just move in front of them.
Both teams playing real well. Both defenses playing really well. I know the Barons do have the 7 points, but I mean, it took a lot for them to get that.
Xavier rolling to the right. He's going to get his big tight end Malachi. They're going to get back into the sticks area, but it's still going to be 3rd down, and I believe maybe 8, maybe 7 yards to go.
It'll be 3rd and 8.
So if you're Coach McMullen, because that's their offensive coordinator, I believe, he's going to look at, I would say, Drake Hall. I mean, I wouldn't say go for that quarterback sneak because we ran it a lot, but I mean, whatever works.
Yeah, you got 3rd and long. You're thinking you're really looking to pass first, then. Right?
Yeah, 3 receivers on the left side, 1 on the right. The snap. Xavier's going to go back. Oh, here comes a blitz. Xavier's going to keep it. Oh, that's going to be close. I think he has it.
Yeah, he's got it.
By 1 or 2 yards.
By scrambles.
And that was a great option there by Xavier. I mean, he saw that blitz come down. He knew that he couldn't pass that, so he took off on his feet.
Yeah, and that's, just great awareness there. The pressure came, and he knew to take off.
I believe that blitz was on, I'm not going to say his first name because I don't know how to say it, but it's Stanton? All right, Xavier's going to look. Leighton, okay.
Yeah.
Quarterback sneak for the Barons, 1st down, and he's going to get 4 or 5 yards. but there is a flag on the play.
Yeah. And while we wait on the flag, a really nice event that's going on tomorrow that all Garrett and DeKalb players can get, or fans can get behind, is the DeKalb County Special Olympics Kiwanis fundraiser. So everyone can go out and get their donuts tomorrow morning. Definitely stop by there if
I did not know that.
available. Oh yeah,
I'm a huge donut fan, so I might stop by.
And it is the fair donuts.
Ooh.
So yeah, not only do you get delicious donuts, but you can also support DeKalb Special Olympics DeKalb.
That's so cool. So the flag is going to be on the Barons. They're going to go back 10 yard.
It'll be a 1st and 20.
So Barons, I think they're a great offense, but they are having some troubles. But I think every first game we're going to have penalties, cramps. I mean,
Yep, gotta iron it out.
just issues in the first game.
Hey, did you talk to your wife?
Xavier coming back. The throw. Oh, that's good. It's going to be Blake Smith. He's going to get it on the 25-24. It's a beautiful slant route. He's going to go across from the right side towards the left. It was a beautiful. Xavier saw him wide open. It was a beautiful pass, beautiful catch.
And 1.
Sadly, the DB was there to wrap him up, but it was a great play, and they needed it. Barron's going to look for Drake Hall up the middle, and they're going to get the first down and maybe 2 or 3 more.
Drake Hall up the middle.
They're again, I'm keeping track. The Barons, on all of these drives, we had the one penalty, but on every single possession now, we've picked up the first down. We have yet to turn the ball over 4 and out.
Yeah.
And so, without a doubt, that's a great sign for the Barons right now. I don't care how much time they run off the clock. If they can continue to pick up yardage and get the first down, we have not had to turn the ball over. So that's a really, really plus for the Barons on a great start this one. Great keeper around the outside.
Oh, ball is loose. Garrett's going to land on that. I believe that touch.
I think he was down.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But Garrett says
No,
otherwise.
he was. That ball popped. The ground cannot cause a fumble.
Yeah, but I think they're saying when he elbow hit there, I think they're saying he dropped it. I hate to say it, but that's a bad break for the Barons.
From the 15-yard line.
But again, we just watched the Railroaders. They failed to move the ball very much down the hill. Down the field. Will they go 4 and out here? The Barons need to get their defense tested, and this is a good spot for them to get their defense tested.
And I say that fumble, it wasn't on bad ball carrying. It was a good ball carry. It just popped out in a bad place.
Yeah, I think that's arm placement, Charlie, and you hit just a little bit hard.
Yeah.
And it came out.
All right, Garrett's going to get a couple, maybe 5s. I want to say 10 yards.
Yeah, just shy of the first down. Maybe I shouldn't have said that, Baker. I don't know. All of a sudden, it looks like they're knocking on the door.
Yeah, I mean, now we're going to have that 7-point, still a 7-point game here. I blame Charlie. He's the one that said 40 in the beginning. So.
Well, I think I said 28-7. I'm just backing it. So I'm banking on the Barons.
Well, there we go.
Okay?
Yeah.
He's changing,
I think we're going to be okay.
Changing his answer again.
Yeah.
I didn't change my answer. That's my prediction, Charlie, and I'm sticking with us, okay?
All right, Barron's going in a 3-2 defense with zone.
What a run. It's Aiden Reed coming up.
Really, really good coverage. All right, they're going to move it out there to the 33-yard line.
Be enough for Garrett. First down.
Get on the line and I'm going to you, Kevin.
No, we did have a slight emergency in our concession stand before the game.
Did we? It's a first of a lot of things tonight.
Yeah.
Talk to me about this emergency tonight.
Well, Coach Fike, Unified Barons Coach Fike down there.
I do know your better half.
Is actually on her way back from getting stitches. She was separating some pork burgers.
Garrett, 0.
Well, that's going to end the first quarter right there. Now, tell me a little bit more about what happened.
Well, she was separating some pork burgers and was trying to pry them loose and ended up slicing her hand open pretty bad. Don't worry.
That is not good, okay?
Yeah, the pork burgers were thrown away.
I'm hoping for that.
We did not serve them. But yeah, so she is officially on her way back. So
Good. Well, now that makes a few other things make a little more sense to me that we were talking about.
Yeah.
Hopefully she'll be back in time for halftime.
Yeah, nope. They are on their way back, and she'll be good to go.
Charlie, tell me what you think so far, what you've seen from the Barons tonight.
I mean, the Barons have been a really good team. I think this year, they really like that quarterback sneak up the middle. I think it's if you're looking at college football, I love Tim Tebow play play. I think he's running just like Tim Tebow. He's a bigger, stockier quarterback, and I think that he's running and he's not getting hurt. I think he's pretty big for his size. They also have a really good running back, but that running back is also a wide receiver because he played wide receiver DB last year, Drake Hall. I mean, he's a great player. Defensively, I haven't seen anything wrong, but they're also not a standout defense. I mean,
I would agree with you. The thing I'm liking so far about our quarterback right now is the options he's given us. He established right from the get-go that if you don't cover me, I'm going to pick up some yards.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, Garrett has got to now know that, okay, I can't maybe cheat away for the wings as much. Maybe I can't get there because I've got to make sure I've got coverage up the middle if he decides to run.
Yeah.
And I like establishing that early, made things happen. Baker, you and I have both seen those quarterbacks that are stagnant and don't have that diversity, and all of a sudden it's easy to defend them.
All right, second quarter about to start. Garrett has the ball. What are they going to have? They're going to have a run up the right. Oh, my word, he is zooming.
That's Guzman. He is very fast.
I believe he's a track player, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a wrestler, he's a very good wrestler, actually.
So he's a multi-sport athlete.
Barrett fans, make some noise. It's second down.
What I also like, Mr. Baker, about homecoming is you see a lot of alumni come out. I mean, I'm seeing Zeke Penrod, a lot of alumni at DeKalb, and it's really cool to see them continue to support the DeKalb Barons.
Well, you know, and we got a ton of alumni chiming in and watching tonight. We got people watching from South Carolina. We got people watching, obviously.
Oh, my word. Wow, they're still going. Sorry, Mr. Frills.
That's okay, Charlie. That's really, I mean,
brought down by host of Barons.
I'm not sure where they're going to mark him down here. You know, forward motion. Where was they?
Barrett fans.
I don't know. I think
make some noise.
They're bringing him back to almost the line of scrimmage.
If they didn't call that play done, though, they would have probably drove him back to the 10, 15-yard line, though.
Yeah, you know, that's a good example where I know you want to stand a guy up, but, you know, if you can get back there and make the hit and knock him down, now we're talking sack, right?
Right.
Instead, we were talking forward motion, and they marked him almost clear to the line of scrimmage.
All right, Garrett has one receiver on the right, one on the left, tight end on the left. They're going to hand it to the left. He's going to go. He's brought down, and they're still driving him back.
There we go, man. That's a takedown there, and that's going to be a loss. That is going to help our punter, you know. Without a doubt, we just picked up 5 yards there for the punt team, you know.
Yeah.
It's fourth down.
Big shout out to Gavin Hort, who's down on the field with one of our remote cameras, working on that tonight. We're working on different things like white balance and trying to make sure we get some things ironed out, but all these kids are doing a phenomenal job running their equipment and trying to make sure they get you the best shots they can.
All right, here comes the snap for the punt. Oh, that was really close to being blocked. They're going to get it about the 30, I want to say, if it rolls correctly. Yep, right about the 30, 31.
That'd be the 29, Charlie, but it's okay. I know, it's all right, but it's a little roll. Didn't really hurt us too much, but, you know, a little roll.
Yeah, shout out to the Rick and Carolyn Shaw listening from home. Zach Shutt, he's an alum of DeKalb. He actually sent me a picture of him and Xavier Weiss at a Colts game about not quite 20 years ago. He's not that old, but back when Xavier was a little kid.
I gotcha.
Zach looks about 20 years younger in that one. Also, Guzman was a state qualifier in track last year.
Yeah, I'd see why they're putting him at running back, getting him reps there. All right, the Barons going to have 3 receivers in the left, 2 in the right. Going to look right at a bubble pass on the right. That almost went nowhere. I want to say maybe they got a yard.
Your shot looks really good.
Yeah, we had
gain of 1 on the play.
Webb had to sprint off the field there. I think they had a one too many out there.
It is second and 9.
So that looks really good.
I mean, one too many is better than not enough.
That's true.
Go back to the Notre Dame game where they lost to Ohio State on one of the last plays because they didn't have enough players on the field.
All right, Xavier's looking back. He had the receiver, maybe a gain of 5, but he threw the ball way too low. But he also had a blitz coming on the left side.
Yeah, you know, it was just a rush throw. You know, got rid of the ball. It was a safe pass. Didn't have to worry about any interception. No loss of yards.
Play after this one.
All right, third down. I want to say 3rd and 9, I want to say.
Well, that's what the scoreboard says, so I would agree with you, Charlie.
Good job, Charlie.
Here we go. Barron's back. Will they pick some more up? And it's going to be long. It's there. He's open, and that's a great catch.
Blake Smith.
Pass complete to number 7, Blake Smith.
I tell you what, Blake came into school this morning, and
First down.
I met him at the front door, and he said, Mr. Frills, this is the most exciting day of my life. I don't think I've ever been this excited. I said, Blake, remember that deer you shot last year? He goes, okay, I was pretty excited right then, Mr. Frills. But I mean, as far as coming to school, I have never been so excited. So he was pumped up.
Yeah, no, I know he was excited to get back. He was, us selfishly, we were sad to see him go, but we know he is a football player at heart, so we're glad to see him back doing what he loves.
Well, but the thing is, we talked about this earlier in the broadcast. It's about being involved, right? So Blake was involved. That's a great run.
Great. I want to say first down. If not, they need one. Xavier kept that up the middle.
Going to be about a yard short. But the thing is, I love it when people can go and do it. Charlie, you played football, but you're in theater and you're in Unified and you're in show choir and you're doing so many things. But that's a great thing about being involved in a high school as big as ours. 24 varsity sports, another almost 40 different clubs and activities that kids can choose from, and you should be able to go out and do those things that maybe you find that are going to be your passion, something that you love.
Totally agree.
See, we put a lot of pressure on wanting 4-year participants, and that's great, but also you don't want to be stuck doing what you don't want to do.
Absolutely.
Xavier looking back, he almost had a big tight end who looked like he was free for a touchdown. Couldn't get his hands on that.
It is 3rd and 2.
Also, side note, a car just got drilled out, and I'm watching these kids kick the football out there. That one go a little array over the fence.
That was just a prime example of a receiver. He took his eye off of her just for a sec to see what was happening around him and in front of him. Missed the catch.
Yeah.
I always said, man, I don't care where you are, catch the ball. Then we'll worry about if there's somebody coming, if there's an end zone getting close.
Especially when you're a tight end. I mean, you're bigger than half of the DBs, free safeties out there.
You got to collect it.
All right, Drake Hall's going to get it up the middle. 15. Can he get a 10? I think he's going to get down to the 10. First down for DeKalb.
Drake Hall up the guts.
Yeah, and that's either going to be first and a really, really tight 10 or first and goal. Let's see where they mark it. It's going to be first and 10.
Yep.
So the Barons are going to have a chance to pick up another first down, but right now it's looking good for the Barons as they continue to march down the field here, 7-0.
Barron's going to run up a lineup in a 2 receiver on the right, one on the left. Xavier's going to keep it. That almost went nowhere.
Yep.
But they're going to get 2, maybe 3, I want to say. Mr. Baker is having a beautiful view of a pillar right here.
Yeah, no, well, that's why I'm just sitting over watching the football game going on over there.
Well, Mr. Baker, you can always watch our monitors down here if you need to. You can take a look at that top right corner.
I mean, you and Charlie are doing a great job. I'm just up here having a fun time.
I love this new press box, but I will tell you there are a few things like that, those great big bolsters there in the middle between sections that are hard for us to see around. But all right, well, here we go. It is second down.
He has a receiver on the right come in motion. He
running. Lets it go, and that's
Blake Smith.
He catch that. Blake takes it.
Blake Smith, awesome to see, Great play. Oh, there's the flashing lights. The lights are back. This is the best day ever.
I think it's going to be a lot better when the sun goes down.
Yes. Hey, you know what's really funny, though? What are we not looking into?
The sun.
Garrett is, though.
That's right.
Those of us that have been here a long time appreciate that more than other people, right?
Oh, yes.
All those years we sat over there looking into the sun.
Mr. Friels, I think we could bring some tools up here and get rid of this pillar. I don't think they'd mind.
All right, Riker Ball's going to put up a PAT. He is a great standout PAT kicker. I agree on how Mr. Robertson, he has Dawson Cleverly kick the kickoffs, and Riker Ball with the PATs. I think Riker Ball is a better PAT kicker. No offense against Dawson. I just think Riker has proved himself. He's had a couple game winner field goals.
He's a soccer player. He's in midfield. He's got sure foot. He does both sports, you know, so he played 2 soccer games this week. He made it over here to get his kicks in. Now he's playing. So, you know, Riker's working really, really hard, and it is a great position for him. He's another one of those kids that loves both sports, and he's trying to balance both of them.
Yeah. So is Dawson Cleverly, who's about to kick this kickoff right here for the DeKalb Barons.
I saw him make a 50. I saw Dawson make a 50-yard field goal in practice this week.
He was a beast. I remember in middle school, around 7th or 8th grade, he was kicking end zone kickbacks and kickoff. So he's a good athlete. All right, here we go. This was one of the best.
Oh my goodness!
Wow. Get it, get it, get it.
Who recovered that? Did we get it or they get it?
No, they recovered. Now, Carol, that could be a flag on the late hit right there.
Yeah.
No, they recovered. I'm not sure why he touched it. It would have been down on the first.
Well, no, a kickoff is a live ball. If he doesn't touch that, we pick it up.
Ball.
It's our ball.
Garrett from the
You know what? You're absolutely right. I wasn't thinking about it.
Now it's a punt.
Yeah.
In a punt situation.
It went more than 10 yards. Yeah,
Yeah.
I got you. Okay.
Yeah.
I think he was thinking it was a punt.
Yeah. I think he got a little confused there. Like, oh, this is live.
I was thinking like him, Charlie.
Yeah.
I'm like, let it lay right there. That's great. But, you know, you're absolutely right. That would have been Barron ball with 1 yard to go.
Yeah.
All right, this is a big moment for the Barron defense. I mean, they're in safety range right here. I mean, hopefully we can have a play where multiple times we've had them go nowhere. So hopefully we can do that.
Well, on 14-0 with 6:27 to go, you know, the Railroaders need to protect the end zone right here.
Yeah.
If they can go into the halftime 14-0, you know, you might be able to regroup and come out and get a score because, remember, they get the ball.
Yep.
They go in here 21-0, it's going to be tough. So if they can get some field advantage right here, maybe they can get away from their own end zone, maybe it'll be okay.
All right, Garrett did have a quarterback sneak, which they may be at the 2. I want to say they got a yard. They're coming back out of their huddle. Hopefully they can do something.
Yeah.
Tell you what, I just got a nice really text in a little bit ago. Cheering on Monahan from Utah. We got people watching.
Oh, there we go.
So big shout out to Monahan's group all right there. Also want to grow big shout out to all those people that are watching here close to home. Got lots of people chiming in on all of our media sources. So really, want to, big shout out to Henry Ballard supporting from work, watching. So really proud of Barron Nation and everybody that's doing a great job.
I think what we really want to see is maybe send that video to Sports Center of that kickoff. That was insane.
Yeah.
It was right there.
All right, big moment here.
They are not going to get the first down. It's going to be 4 and out for the Railroaders.
Down for a gain of 1 yard. It's 4th down.
And should DeKalb not get a penalty here or not have a error, they should get the ball back in really good field position, even with the really good punter that we have.
Want to give a big shout out to my old buddy Bob Lapadot. If you remember Bob, he chimed in. Want to thank the BTV crew for covering tonight. Bob, it was always a pleasure watching you coach and continuing to do so. So big shout out to you. Appreciate all you did for kids over all these years.
Oh,
that's a blocked one.
For a safety.
That's blocked by number 23, Eli.
It's going to be a safety.
Well, it rolled out of bounds before there was any possession.
It's a Garrett safety.
But they are calling it a safety, right? So it is good.
Yeah, so if DeKalb recovers it, it's a touchdown. But since it made its way out of the end zone, it is a safety.
A safety. Thank you, Baker. Okay, so, well, here you go. That's better than the 21 we were thinking might happen. Yeah. So that's a plus, okay? Maybe 16-0. Give Garrett a little bit there. But, hey, the Barons are on the way to that dominating game that we talked about before the game.
And DeKalb gets the ball back. On a safety, you get the ball back.
Oh, there you go. Possession is ours.
So Charlie's guess to start the game is that, we're almost halfway there.
Oh, Charlie.
I mean, when I was looking at them coming in, I just saw the offensive line and the defensive line training, and I just thought, they're big, yes, but I thought our offensive and defensive line were more athletic, and they just looked like a more solid line, and I thought that's how you win games is offensive and defensive line.
Well, there's no doubt that so far they've done a nice job. The only yards Garrett's really picked up has been around the outside.
Yeah.
They've had a couple of options where they picked up a few yards. But other than that, they've had a hard time moving through our D-line, and our O-line has done a really, really nice job giving our quarterback time to work.
Number 2, Braxton McCormick.
right, this right here is a big, fun place to play right here. You have a lot of just different things to do. You can hit people, get the ball, run. I mean, we had several special team comebacks when we would be able to run and get a touchdown on kick return, which is really fun and really cool. All right, Garrett's going to kick off here at the 20 because we recovered a safety. It's going to bounce to the 30. Drake Hall's going to pick it up. 30, 35, 40, 45. I want to say 49. They're going to put him. Maybe the 50.
I'll tell you what, we just got a hit in the backfield, lost a helmet. Really nice job. Big shout out also to the Brileys watching in. They're chiming in tonight.
Oh, yes,
and,
the Brileys.
Yeah, and you know, they've watched from all over, man. When they travel, they're big supporters of Barron Nation. And, you know, they can be on vacation and watching. They can be at home watching, or they're here watching. So really appreciate all they do for our school, man. Without the two of them, it would be a lot of work for somebody else. So.
Yes, and if you want to show your appreciation, Jamie always takes popcorn.
There you go.
She loves popcorn.
Gotta love that. Also, big shout out to Cole Althouse watching tonight. Another Barron alumni pitching
Cole
in tonight.
Althouse.
Yeah, so we're glad you're tuning in tonight watching.
All right, the Barron's going to start their drive with 2 on the right, 2 on the left. They're going to go back to Weiss throwing the ball. He goes deep to Blake Smith, who, almost had it. That was a beautiful ball, beautiful spiral. Blake had him beat. It was just a little farther ahead of him, which is a bummer.
There is no doubt. Blake looked up and he knew he wasn't going to make it.
Yeah.
You know, just a little bit overthrown or underrun, whoever you want to talk to. But
Anyone on the homecoming tour, please head to the
Yeah, you know, one time, talking about Cole Althouse, there was a game at Belmont one year. He came to me and said, I'm going to score 4 touchdowns tonight. And I think he ended up scoring 2.
Okay.
But, you know.
But that's confidence.
That's right.
Those are the kind of players we like.
That's right.
Big shout out to you, Cole. Thanks
All right,
for
second down. Xavier's going to go
Remember,
back. He's going to
he's
keep
gonna
it,
hang
go
on
up
to
the
it.
middle, 50. I want to say 44.
Well, it's on this side of the 45, so around the 47, 48. We're going to be, you know, that's your second effort right there. You know, I mean, he could have went down there in that first hit, but there is no doubt second effort, getting his feet down in front of him, helped him stay on his feet and pick up those extra couple of yards and make it down to the 48. It'll be 3rd down and 6 here for the Barons.
Try to get it along.
Garrett running a 4 and 3. They're going to get it out to.
Oh, Zirkle breaking ankles on his way down to a first down.
There is a flag on the play, though.
Yeah, not sure. I couldn't see. Was it a face mask?
There's a penalty marker on the field.
Yeah, it was a face mask, I'm pretty sure. So Zirkle's going to pick up those yards plus another few. Without a doubt, great play for
Personal
Zirkle
foul,
right there.
Face mask on the Railroaders. That'll be enough for a Barron. First down.
Zayden Zirkle, really, you know, he's been excited about being able to play on the outside. Didn't know how many catches he's going to get or how many rotations he'd have, but there's a great one for him right there, and he bent down, picked that ball up, made that pass. Barron Brigade working their way into the stadium, headed our direction.
All right, Garrett's going to line up in a 4-3, kind of a zone, not a man. Xavier's going to have no running back, so they're going to go for a pass. He is a wide open receiver. I want to say that's Blake Smith.
Blake Smith again for 6.
Wow.
I tell you what, that was a great route.
Yeah.
Smith.
2 touchdowns for Blake Smith tonight.
You know, and that was textbook. You know, he made his route to the end zone. He hung out left, man.
He waved his hands, too.
Yeah, and the ball was right there. And boom.
Hit me, Xavier.
Yep. Well, and you know, Xavier was smart on that. You know, I always sat in the booth and I'm asking myself, is that the play they called, or did they give Xavier the option there? Blake waved his hand, so did he think he could hit Blake easier?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. If the quarterback used his options, phenomenal. If they ran the play, phenomenal. Either way, it's a touchdown, and the Barons are going to kick this through, and they're going to go up 23-0.
Yeah, and while we're waiting, you know, 2 touchdowns for Blake Smith. That's 2 6s, and we have a birthday wish of a happy early 66th birthday to Jackie Shutt.
Hey, congratulations, Jackie Shutt, 66, and Blake Smith just scored 2 6s for you right there. Help celebrate your birthday out there. We're glad you're tuning in to BTV, and thanks for watching our student broadcasters tonight. You know, Mr. Baker and I, we spend time in education. I feel it's a real privilege to spend time with these kids and watch them develop their skills. You and I are sitting here in the booth, and they're pushing the buttons and running the stuff, and it's a really, really good feeling that our student broadcasters are also learning a lot tonight, along with all of our athletes and our cheerleaders and everybody that's working so hard. Our kids in the concession stand that are working hard to support, you know.
Yeah, no, it's great. Like, you know, I remember the days of it just being 2 people on the road, and
shout out to Mr. Bice.
Yeah,
a lot of 2-people game. Either you and Mr. Bice going somewhere, or Mr. Bice and I driving to Elkhart to do a game.
And then it was Joe Snyder before Randy.
That's right.
But now, you know, here we are, the adults, just sitting back talking about the sports, the kids doing everything.
Well, one of the things, and I'm going to shout out our administration, they do anything possible to help our kids learn. And by creating the BTV multimedia classes in school, you know, you can log on to our BTV channel, and there is so much going on. These kids run a tight ship, man. They are student-driven. They have student engineers and student directors, and they've got student engineers and broadcasters, and it is amazing what's happening down there in that area. And then so when they take that and they're at a volleyball game, or so pretty soon they'll be at the ACD parade, then they're at the fair, just doing so much to keep you connected to your community. Big shout out to Auburn Essential Services. They are a huge supporter, and Mayor Dave Clark and all of his department heads for what they do to continue to support our broadcasters too. What we have is a great partnership with Auburn Essential Services, who continues to provide support for our student broadcasters.
Yeah, like you said, this is a community effort. Everything we do, DeKalb not being a big community, but you know, as far as size, we're not a big community. But as far as caring for each other, that is where, you know, everyone's here to support each other. Whether you work for the school or not, you always support your high school, your grade schools, and your middle schools.
So that was a beautiful touchback by Dawson Cleverly there for the Barons.
That was a really good touchback. I mean, between Dawson, Blake Smith, and Xavier Weiss, like who do you get the player of the game to? I feel like you gotta just go either way.
It takes all of them. Right, Garrett gonna have a tight end in motion. They're gonna give him the ball. He's gonna run it. I'm gonna go maybe 1-2 yards. Excuse me.
Using the ball carrier.
There's 3 minutes left until halftime.
The second.
So, I mean, Garrett.
DeKalb timeout.
It is 23-0. So.
I mean, if you're Garrett, Coach Robertson, or sorry, not Coach Robertson, Coach Baker, if you're Garrett, what are you drawing up here to score, hopefully get the ball back? I mean,
man, it's tough because your run game's not working, but that's your bread and butter. You know, it's, do you risk a pass and a turnover? Like, it is a very tough decision here.
And I feel like they don't have a good pass game.
Yeah, it's not a bad pass game, but it's, you know, it's not what you're known for. So you gotta almost stick with what got you here, and you know, hope you can piece something together, or at least, you know, limp into halftime and make some adjustments then. This is a very tough situation. If you get a turnover, you can't, the way DeKalb is moving the ball, you cannot give them the ball back right
Yes,
now.
Agreed. Because they're having like 15, 10-second drives, which is kind of crazy. I mean, I don't want to say we're that good, but maybe the Garrett team isn't.
Well, you know, and this is the year that, you know, some people looked at Garrett's graduated a lot of people the last few years. I mean, they had that semi-state run.
Yes.
So, you know, you're going to lose players. It's about how you replenish, and this is an up year for DeKalb.
All right, they have some type of fullback with a 3-point stance in the back. They're going to get a bubble pass here.
They're going to get that screen out. A big hit
by Drake Hall, who's going to flip him over. Ball is popped out.
Who has this?
I want to say DeKalb say they have it. DeKalb says they have it. They're still fighting for it, though. It's getting physical.
Like, DeKalb come out of the huddle with.
They
came out of the pile with the ball.
Yeah. 2, Dawson Hefty.
I mean, I don't want to say it too, Coach Baker, but I almost think that ball popped out almost after he hit the ground. But
but earlier I thought that too.
Yeah.
Now I think right now, you know, DeKalb clearly has
They're going to say it's Garrett's ball.
No good. Bad. No good.
Which, I mean, that's a hard call right there, because I feel like that hit the ground, but I don't know.
But if you come out of a pile with the ball, it doesn't matter who has the ball at the end, but if you're standing there with the ball and somebody pulls it out of your hand, but it's a clear recovery.
Yeah.
So, but maybe they're saying he was down before it came out.
I do think, even though it didn't turn out the way Garrett wanted it,
It's third.
I definitely think that Garrett would like that bubble pass. I mean, they're not going deep in a pass route. I mean, I feel like that could work.
Yeah, that theoretically should be a safe pass.
All right, they're going to give it. Oh, he has room.
There we go.
40, 50.
And that's Aiden
40,
Reed.
30.
Yeah, that's going to be a score.
20. Yeah, he's going to score.
Aiden Reed is a difference maker when he gets the ball.
And that's a good play for Garrett. I mean, what ended up happening is he came off that side and I don't think he broke any tackles. He was just faster than the defense.
Yeah.
Well, and that comes with that comes a lot with that letdown. So DeKalb defense, you had that huge high. You think you just had the score, and
absolutely.
Yeah.
You think you're going into the locker room and you got 23-0 lead. You got just a couple minutes, and all of a sudden, boom. Yeah, but it's just like I said. It's going to be 23-7 at halftime. Right? That's what I said, right?
Here we go. Last year Friels was right about 99% of the time.
Well, let's hope that.
Almost a blocked PAT. That defensive line ran through the
one thing I know about, I was talking to Coach Robertson, and he was talking about some of the new guys that are back and people to play, and getting a lot of things figured out. But he's got a lot of guys that he wants to get into a rotation, and it would not surprise me tonight as we come back into the second half.
Yes.
As long as he can maintain this lead, I think he'll put some guys in to figure some things out in a game situation, because you can learn a lot in practice, but it's not like learning things in game situation. I'll use Blake Smith as an example here. You got high hopes for the kid. You think he's going to do well. He's doing great in practice, right? But is he going to be able to do that in a game situation?
Right.
Tonight, he's running the routes, he's making the difference, and he's doing it. So all of a sudden it works. You might have put him in, and he might not have got it done. So then you go to somebody else. So you've got other guys on the bench here that I know Coach wants to see in a game situation. So will he sacrifice 40 points as opposed to getting to see his guys in action? We'll see what happens.
I'd even say there's a part of this atmosphere right here that you can put a guy in and he could freeze up, because everybody dreams, but nobody can get to this spot and know how they'll do with this atmosphere.
Yeah, no, you're right, Charlie. I know this is one of the biggest games of the season, homecoming, opening night. You're playing in front of 4,000 people.
It's a county rival.
Yeah, a county rival. So without a doubt, there's some nerves. And that's either going to take it away from you or it's going to pump you up and you're going to do better.
All right, here comes the kick. They're going to get that about the 5. It goes to 10, 20, 30, 32, I want to say.
Up the middle, 2:12 to go here. DeKalb 23, Garrett 7. Homecoming 2026. Stick around. A lot of activities happening at homecoming. They did recognize some graduating classes. We want to shout all of the Barron Nation out there. We want you to know that if you're an alumni and you're listening tonight, we appreciated what you did and continue to do for us here. I want a big thank you and a shout out to Marcus Wagner and his staff. Steve Teeters from the administration at the very, very top level. They do so much. They work sun up to sundown, and today I saw Mr. Wagner in so many aspects, man. He was working on parking, he was talking to construction people, he was helping carry water to get things ready. I mean, everybody that's worked so hard to make Barron Nation possible, and that goes all the way back to our alumni. Big shout out to our athletic director Andrew Bigelow putting this night together and making sure everything came together. So great job there.
Xavier's going to get 9 yards, I want to say, on that. I think he had a couple defenders grab his jersey, maybe wrap up a couple times, but he was, with his size, he can, if people don't wrap up, he can continue the drive and get out of that tackle.
Well, he kept his legs in front of him, Charlie, like we talked about earlier. If you can do that.
Oh, he's still on his feet.
Breaks the tackle twice. Breaks it 3 times.
Beautiful. And that's a beautiful play, not only on the wide receiver, but Xavier Weiss again, because he's throwing that ball. It was a beautiful spiral on the run on the right side.
Well, we saw Zirkle do the same thing earlier down here on the 20-yard line when they set up that next throw. And Zirkle just didn't quit. He kept his feet moving, and he just worked hard. That's what we want from these guys.
That is Dawson Hefty that's currently down for the Railroaders. That has to be a calf cramp or some type, maybe a knee injury.
Kind of looks like cramp the way they're pushing the toe down right there.
And it wouldn't surprise me.
But doing a great job.
I do want to point out that Belmont is currently winning a game.
Hey,
They're up 6-0.
Wow.
They're
Wow.
riding a 42-game losing streak.
that is crazy. And they're playing who tonight, Coach Baker?
Madison Grant.
All right. Well, I'll tell you
So-
what. We'll wish them the best of luck out to the Belmont. It's not the Braves anymore. The Belmont.
I believe they still are the Braves.
Are they?
so, yeah.
Okay, the
Yeah.
Belmont Braves down there.
Fun fact, that was the first time I got my varsity sack on the Belmont.
Really?
Yes.
Good for you,
It was
Charlie. I
home,
love that.
home field. It was the best moment of my football career. I think.
You started their 47-yard losing, 47-game.
I don't
losing
know
streak.
about that,
There
but
you go, Charlie.
I do not want. I don't want to say it, but I feel like we have to. Their last win was against DeKalb.
I know.
so
I do remember that. I wasn't going to say that, but now that you have, all right.
That was a really good game, though. That was back in the Tegan Irk era, and I mean, what was it, like 42-35, like a high-scoring game.
Yeah. Well, here we are. We're moments from halftime and halftime festivities. Our kids will continue to bring stuff. We got Gavin on the track. He'll be bringing you some great pictures of the homecoming court as they come, and we're going to crown the king and queen. Homecoming dance tomorrow. Sounds like it's going to be a jam-packed dance from the way ticket sales were going. So congratulations to the Art League for putting that all together for our students. So really, really proud of them.
Yeah, it looks like all of the NE8 schools are doing very well right now.
Well, that's very good. Speaking of the schools around, DeKalb will take a trip down to Angola if they after this week against former coach Seth Wilcox, who did beat us last year, and I think that could be a very emotional game. DeKalb has something to prove 100%.
Yeah, there's no doubt. The boys were talking about that today, and I'm like, boys, we got a game tonight. Let's not be thinking about that. I was in the cafeteria, and I'm like, hey, let's be thinking about tonight.
Well,
But,
they're beating Goshen right now.
Yeah.
Angola is.
All right, bubble pass going to the 40. I want to
Nice pass. Complete to number 2.
say he was out of the 35, I want to say.
That'll be enough for Barron. First down.
Beautiful
Well,
bubble play.
23-7 with 1:28 to go here. That's a nice shot.
I think the bubble play, I think that can be a beautiful play if you perfect it, or it can be a horrible play.
Well, you know, it can, yeah, like you said, it can go great, but if you don't do it right, yeah, it can be a disaster.
And I think previously we've really looked towards that, and it has gone really bad. He's going to go deep.
Oh, McCormick stumbled out of his route.
I don't want to say he would have had that, but I have no clue. That was a pretty high, deep ball,
Yeah.
but I have no clue.
Seconds.
He would have had to put some extra effort into that catch. And
Definitely. And the sun's starting to go down. Hopefully we can get the lights on.
Starting to see that shadow over the
Yeah.
field. You know, I'm glad you noticed the lights. Nobody else did, Baker, but you and I did.
Hey,
you know. And athletic director Andrew Bigelow brought his dad in and gave him a lesson on how to flash the lights tonight. If you recall, when we first built the stadium and put the new lights in, we flashed them.
Oh, he goes deep.
back to
He has him
McCormick.
beat. Oh.
Could be interference.
I want to
No.
say that was pass interference, but they're not going to call
Intended
that.
for number 2, Braxton McCormick.
That's
Falls incomplete.
Beautiful,
We
beautiful ball.
scored a touchdown, and remember they gave us a technical. And then when they gave us the technical, all of a sudden we did it again, and the ref said if we did it one more time, he was going to stop the game.
Yeah, that was an interesting time.
Yeah, so we're glad that we got that done. Here, set it right.
Look
Well,
at that delivery from Kyler Sliger.
Thank you, Kyler.
He almost fell leaving out the door, but you know, another one of those unified flag football state
Xavier's
champs.
going to keep it, go to the left. He wraps up. That was a good wrap by the Garrett Railroaders. DeKalb's going to get maybe 1-2 yards, but I think, it's fourth down. I think if you put Riker Ball in, or Dawson Cleverly, I think they could drain this PAT.
Now, this would be a tough one. This would be, 50 plus, right at the 50. So, I mean, that's a great kick. Could they get it done? Maybe.
That's also a really hard punt, though, too.
Yeah, it won't surprise me if they go for it.
Yeah,
I would say they probably will keep this, and they're going to go for it, and because they're going to give up position here. If I'm Garrett, I might even take a timeout right here, just to remind my boys that this is big. This big. I need you to stop this.
Well,
Okay?
'cause that's what DeKalb is running the clock all the way down. They're going to use a timeout.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's only going to leave Garrett,
And they do.
29 seconds. So
Well, there you go, Charlie. Give me your assessment of what happened here the first half before we get into homecoming activities, Charlie.
I mean, I think it's a pretty blowout game. I mean, I think, though, Garrett has had a couple of good run plays, but I'd say that's based on athleticism, not skill. I mean, I don't want to say it, but their offensive line just isn't keeping pace. They're having a pulling tackle and a pulling guard. They're standout players, Mr. Guzman, and who was the other one who had that really long pay?
Aiden Reed.
I mean, I feel like, though, that's just speed and skill. I want to say that's a team effort.
I think it was great effort. You know, Charlie, my thing is, like, I used to have this, one of our other legendary broadcasters, Will Hopper.
Oh, Will Hopper.
Him and I used to argue about what a blowout was and what a barn burner was, and I'm not sure we're at a blowout yet. You know, I'm not. If it was 40-0 right now, I might say we're headed there. But like, I'm not sure we're going to call it a blowout yet. But I think we're getting close. So, you know, Will, if you're listening, I want you to know I still appreciate your perspective on it. But this is not a blowout, Will, and it's not a barn burner either yet. So we're going to get close.
All right, they are going to go for it. So, Mr. Fields, you were right. The low snap, Xavier has it. He goes deep and doesn't have it again.
Yeah, overthrow Smith.
Really just nothing to lose here. Like, Garrett did have one really good run tonight, but other than that, they've been 3 and out or 5 and out almost every possession tonight.
Yeah.
So, you know, the Bears are going to take their chances here with 23 seconds. Can Railroaders move this all the way down in 23 seconds? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
So it's worth trying that touchdown. If you get it, you're going in dominating. Then I'm saying you're on the way to that route. Not a blowout yet, but maybe a route. Okay.
I will say, though, all of these freshmen and JV players, they are so excited right now because they're looking at this scoreboard and they're like, maybe I'll play tonight.
There is a piece of that, right, Charlie? You're just hoping.
Yeah, well, you have to be careful. You know, Garrett showed that they can score in one play.
Yeah.
So
all right, they're going to go to a right with that fullback, I want to say. He's going to get 5, maybe 6. I'm calling him a fullback. Would you say, Mr. Fields, that he's a fullback? I mean, he's a 3-point stance in the back. He's a bigger guy.
It is, in fact, a fullback position.
I'm going to call him a running back, and then I'm going to let everybody decide whether he's a fullback or not. He wouldn't classify as a straight-up fullback, what I would say, but I'm going to call him a running back. That is his job. He's back there, and he's going to run the ball, right? So, you know, but I don't know. You know, there's so many position titles that have changed since I was involved as a kid back in the 80s, 70s. I'm actually going to date myself.
Oh, yeah.
But, you know, you think about that, you know, the option didn't exist back then. You know, there's so many things that are different now. What do you call him today?
7 seconds left on the clock.
And I'd say that's really based on the player, how they play. Because, I mean, I am full for it if somebody comes in playing old
we almost
school.
had a band on the field moment. Almost.
That could have been a technical foul right there, or Garrett runs through the band. I can see Garrett going crazy on that. So you missed that probably because we didn't have a shot of it, but the marching band was coming onto the field.
They're like at the 5.
They thought the game was over, and there's still 7 seconds left. So thank goodness Garrett didn't get out there for a quick snap and a throw into the marching band.
Yeah.
We might have had, reception tuba.
Yeah.
There was a college game.
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that's the Cal Stanford
band's on the
game.
field. All right, it's a fun time. Music's jamming. Barons are winning. Let's see. I mean, if I'm DeKalb, I mean, I don't know. I don't want to say it, but I'd almost go prevention.
No, they got a guy way back.
Yeah. In case that big play happens. I don't know what's happening. Oh, quarterback's going to keep it.
He did a really nice spin and roll out right there. You know, I wish that would have happened when they had earlier time. And I say that only because, you know, I want DeKalb to win. I want them to win bigger, but I like to see a team succeed. That was a really nice roll out right there by Garrett. You know, hopefully they can put that together in another drive. That's going to send us into halftime. The Barons 23 and Garrett 7 and in control. Baker, what do you think about this game so far tonight?
You know, I think our offense has been on point the whole night. Our defense, you know, minus one play has been fantastic. I think this is a Baron team that we've all been excited for many years, and you know, we're finally getting.
Now, but Mr. Baker, would you say, because I believe we were 7-3 last year,
we were.
Would you say that this team is better than the 7-3 team?
Well, I think that we're going to
ask
see
us
what
in
happens.
8 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, you look at last year, skill players were fantastic. This year, we have a lot of new skill players. We know Blake Smith from flag football. A lot of people out there don't know Blake Smith, so.
I think I'm going to, I'll go out on a limb here, and I'm going to say that I think when we look at the entire season, right now we're seeing a really, really good snapshot against a Garrett team that is good, but not as good as they were last year.
Yeah.
Do we have somebody on there that's going to prove themselves to be a Caden Hinkle that's going to carry the ball 40 times a night?
He get 400-some yards.
400 yards. I don't know yet. I don't know. But, like, you know, without a doubt, I think there's tons of potential here.
Yeah.
Tons of potential. And instead of having that one guy, we might have three guys with 150 or 200.
Yeah.
And so, are we as good as last year? Well, we got more guys. We're working extremely hard. It is the second year in Coach Robertson's system. So there is no doubt. I think I'm going to, overall, are we a better team than last year? Maybe. Are our individualized players, they're just as good. Those guys played so hard last year. There is no doubt we're going to miss them, right? You know, you got a guy like Penrod out there, those guys that were just giving their all, right?
Yes.
So are we better? I don't know, but we're going to be good.
Yeah. I would also say, though, as a coach, you want that team as collectively to look good rather than individual players. Because then when that individual player leaves,
King and Queen for the class of 2027.
There is no doubt that back in the Peyton Manning heyday, you know, everybody knew if you didn't cover him and his receivers, you were going to have trouble, right? When you can spread it out and you can be multifaceted and be able to attack from a lot of different angles and a lot of different players, there's no doubt I consider that a better team. Now, Manning and his receivers won a Super Bowl. Right. Matter of fact, they won a lot of games. So, you know, I don't know. Are we a better team this year? And we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
National Honor Society, Shields Mentor, and FFA. After high school, Taylor plans on attending college to study veterinary science or biology. Next up is Corbin Smith, escorting JC Stokes. Corbin is the son of Kathy Smith and Joshua Smith. He has participated in cross country, track and field, basketball, National Honor Society, and student government. After high school, Corbin plans to go into the workforce or the military. JC is the daughter of Kimberly and Steve Ruffner. She has been involved in soccer, cheer, and track, and is also a part of the National Honor Society, as well as student government. After high school, JC plans to attend college to study nursing. Next up, Reagan Hess is escorting Nicole Rogers. Reagan is the son of David Hess and Jennifer Hess. He has participated in baseball every spring. After high school, Reagan is attending Goshen College to play baseball and major in exercise science. Nicole is the daughter of Brenna and Mike Rogers. She has been involved in cheerleading, track, and flag football. After high school, Nicole plans to attend Purdue to major in animal science. Drake Hall is escorting Samantha Shamball. Drake is the son of John and Stacy Hall. He has been involved in football and baseball. After high school, Drake plans to attend college and major in sports medicine. Samantha is the daughter of Jeffrey and Jennifer Shamball. She has been involved in dance and cheer. After high school, Samantha plans to attend Indiana University and study business. The DeKalb High School student government would like to take a moment to sincerely thank everyone who helped make homecoming such a memorable and successful week for our students. From decorating and supervising events, to helping with spirit days, activities, and everything in between, your time, flexibility, and willingness to jump in has made a huge difference. These events take a lot of people working behind the scenes, and we truly could not have done it without you. Thank you for supporting our students, encouraging school spirit, and helping create experiences they will remember for years to come. We appreciate everything you do for our school and our students. Our homecoming King and Queen will be crowned by last year's King and Queen, Luke Kiesler and Claire Woodcox. Your 2027 homecoming queen is JC Stokes. Your 2027 homecoming king is Corbin Smith. Thank you to everyone who participated in homecoming events throughout this week. Now, for your halftime entertainment, we welcome to the field your Baron Brigade.
DeKalb, I already said this, but they did beat Garrett 34-7. I mean, it's possible. I mean, if our defense does stop them, I think that could possibly be an opportunity. But they've met every single year since. The DeKalb Barons hold the overall record 35-21, which one of the 21 was last year.
Yep.
So here we go. They're in their huddles, their hype up huddles. DeKalb's over here. Garrett's over there. They're getting hyped. They're ready to go again. Now, we talked about Garrett, Mr. Baker, but what about DeKalb? If you're coaching DeKalb, what are you saying to your guys to keep them in the game? Hopefully you're telling your JV and your freshmen, maybe we can put you guys in. But how do you say that and get that across to your team?
Well, here you say we are going to come out and do exactly what we did in the first half. On defense, every 99% of your plays worked. They had that one play. Offense, you were a couple overthrows away from being up 30-7. Nothing needs to change for the DeKalb offense. They're moving right along. Defense, shut down Eden Reed, keep shutting down Guzman. It's going to be an easy night. If you can do that, it's an easy night. Now that itself is not easy,
right? But
accomplishing that task will make the rest of your night a lot easier.
And I totally agree.
Yeah, so there is no pressure on the DeKalb offense right now. You just do what you're doing.
Yeah.
Go out there and play football.
Would you say even like if you're coaching, are you putting second strings in at offense, but keeping your varsity defense out there?
Not yet.
Okay.
It is still because it's still a couple minutes away from a couple bad plays from being a tie game or being a close game.
I could see that.
So you really in football, one score, two scores, three scores can all be overcome very quickly. Once you start getting up by 28 plus points, that's when you start saying, okay, let's call it off. Let's put some other players in. I mean, you can always, with your starters, run the clock. Like you just tell your quarterback, hey, do not snap that ball until the last second. Tell your running backs and receivers, hey, catch the ball, stay in bounds, all that stuff.
I totally agree.
Yeah, so there are ways to coach your team to kill the clock while leaving your starters in. But yeah, if you get a chance to put your backups in to get some playing time, that's always fantastic.
Yeah. All right, welcome back. We're here starting. Dawson Cleverly's ready to kick this thing away here. Hopefully they can get a good, solid stop here. Definitely say the sun is totally, I think, at least 80% covering. Oh, short squib, which is interesting. There is a flag.
Oh, I think we may have.
There's a penalty marker on the field.
What do you think of Baker? What do you think it is?
I'm back here.
Did we have maybe too many? They wouldn't have stopped it for too many. Some sort of false start.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Did we cross way early?
I'm going to be honest, Mr. Baker, I wasn't watching.
Yeah, who knows?
And you still want comments off?
Yep, leave them off. We should leave them off anyway because we can't monitor them, right? People could get in an argument.
Call us offside on the Barons.
Or whatever. This is learning curve for me. We're going to leave comments off on YouTube, leave them off on volleyball games. If we get people upset there, then all of a sudden it's this back and forth. You know what I'm saying? Whether that's we say something or not. So.
All right.
All right.
So we're going to get another kick.
Yeah, second time is the charm, right? So here he goes. Maybe he can get a better kick here, unless they're trying to squib it.
I think it's not worth our...
Waiting for the whistle here. Here's the whistle. Dawson ready to kick it away. There we go. That's a deep kick there. He's going to get it. No, he's not. It's going to be a touchback. I will say, Garrett is coming back a little chirpy. Their coach, and I think a couple of their players have, I don't know. We're not down there, but that is a difference, Mr. Baker, that I can tell definitely that I miss being down there playing, is that you hear a lot of stuff down there that you want to hear or you don't want to hear, and that makes it fun.
Yeah, in anything, there's going to be those things that you can hear coming across. The crazy thing is, like, when you do in baseball and you're right on top of you're right on top of the dugout.
Yeah.
You hear everything, and in football we're way up here, so we don't hear a whole lot.
All right, Garrett here. They're going to start their drive at around the 19. They're going to pass. They're going to get it out. Oh, he had the ball, but he dropped it.
And that's one of those plays that that was a forward pass, so it was called incomplete. But that's a dangerous play. If that's a backwards pass and that falls to the ground, that's a live ball.
Totally agreed.
So that is a dangerous play. Luckily, that one was forward, but
I don't know if it was, but there was 3 defenders on that receiver, so I don't know if that was a bad call on the quarterback or if those DBs and linebackers just bit on that receiver. All right, Garrett coming. One on the left, one on the right. They're going to pitch it to the right side. He's going to bounce off a Garrett offensive lineman, go maybe 3 yards, 4 yards, I want to say. But that's about it. It's going to be 3rd down, and I want to say 4.
6-yard gain.
Yeah, that was a pretty good play there.
Parent fans, make some noise. It's 3rd down.
All right, I will say what's really cool, Mr. Baker, about this is that student section and Barron Nation are not giving up. They are willing to keep on cheering no matter what the score is.
Well, it's all about the fun. The students, they're here to watch the game, but they're also here to be part of the atmosphere. Ooh, that was close to an interception. See?
Yeah.
Close to an interception, close to being one of those plays that made it a very, very much closer game.
All right, 4th down. Garrett's going to send out their punt team, I believe.
On the Rivers. Number 7, Ty Bickley.
Ty Bickley is out there to kick the ball away.
Number 8, Hall.
They're missing a lineman. So he's running out there as fast as he can. All right, here we go. Ball snapped. Kicks away. Short hang time. Bounce right about the 40. 45. Going to roll a couple more yards. It's going to be down at the 48. So here we go. Barons, they're going to come out after halftime. We're going to see what they can do. Have they lost their mojo? Or are they going to keep on pounding it? We will see in a couple minutes here.
10 Barons.
You want a water?
All right, no changes so far. Xavier's still leading the offense. Drake Hall is still running back. They're going to give it to him the first play. He's going to jump over one defender, but he's going to go back 4 or 5 yards, I want to say.
Yeah, that was a tough break right there.
Yeah. And I think what happened there, Mr. Fields and Mr. Baker, is what happened, and I think the offensive line just I don't want to say gave up, but it definitely collapsed in seconds.
Definitely didn't have as much protection as he's had the rest of the game, but still they've played a great game so far.
Agreed.
Yeah, well, that's all you need is a couple off plays can really swing things.
All right, they're going to give it Drake the Rock again, who's going to get swallowed up. He's going to go maybe a yard, and that's going to bring them 3rd and. Sorry, he's going to go 1 yard.
3rd and 7.
3rd and 7. Barons taking their time to call the play. 23 left on the clock to call the play. Xavier's going to look. 2 receivers on the right, 1 on the left. He's going to roll to the right. Line breaks. That was Blake Smith coming across from the left side to the right. He had 1 or 2 hands on the ball, but sadly that DB broke up the ball.
And he needed just a little bit more time there, or a little bit more growth arm stretch, but great effort, and that's a long route.
Yeah.
You know, you're out, you're completely across the field trying to mix it up. You know, can your defender keep up with you or not? You know,
Great job on Xavier, though, because the last 2 plays, the line has broke really easily. So he knows he's going to run out, roll out on that right side, and he had enough time to get the ball off. Sadly, the receiver couldn't grab it, though.
I think this is the first 4 and out of the game, isn't it?
It is.
Baker?
That's the first time they've punted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is a flag on the play, but Garrett's going to get it at the 5. Here we go.
Now it's a free play at this point.
Yeah, all depends on who that penalty is on.
Well, that's true. That's true.
There's a penalty marker on the field.
Lights are starting to come on, so we get another touchdown. Maybe we'll be able to see that light show that we always talk about.
Absolutely. We'll see. Yeah, but it looks like that is going to be a penalty on the Barons. So I would
Illegal procedure
assume
on the Barons.
they're just going to, well, maybe they are going to make him re-kick that ball. That's what it looks like.
Well, and if you're Garrett, you know, you're going to push him back. You're going to have to punt a little farther.
Yeah.
And can you get a better run back? Garrett's gambling that, hey, maybe we can gain a little better field position if we go ahead and replay this down. Now, could come back to haunt him,
I
right?
agree. I'm sure Coach Robertson's saying, hey, maybe we'll be able to recover a fumble.
We'll take
Pin
it.
him back in the 1.
Right.
You never know.
Yeah.
Hall.
That's a little different. It looks like Drake Hall. Has he been punting the whole time?
Well, you know, it is his first game, so.
Try something new. I think that was his first time punting. Gonna bounce. Oh,
Well, and that play
beautiful.
I mean, yeah, great job up there for DeKalb. Oh, another penalty.
4-yard line. There's a penalty marker on the field.
That was Elijah Walsher. I think I said Walsher. But he was the one who slid and got that ball from bouncing anywhere they didn't want it.
It's another penalty on the Barons.
Man,
Had a false start there. You know, somebody jumped off sides or
too anxious.
Yeah. Maybe at this point we just go for it.
I don't know, but
Forego the whole punt thing. We're struggling a little with the punt today.
well, you know, we're going to be 4th and 18 here or whatever it is, 4th and 16.
They are taking Mr. Quinn out, though. Here we go. 3rd time's the charm. The kick. Gonna get it. Oh, good hit.
That's a really tough bounce. You know, that came off the turf really, really high.
Yeah.
So the punt returner had to wait just that split second. We talked about hang time earlier.
Yeah.
Enough hang time. They got good position.
I almost wonder
They were able to
if
make the stop.
If you're the returner, do you almost call it fair catch and let it roll?
I don't know. That's a tough call right there
Yeah.
because if it lands on the 1, you're wishing
That's
you wouldn't
true.
have.
Yep. Well, usually they tell you to put your heels on the 10, and if you can't field it in front of you, then let it go.
Well, and that was just a different situation because can I field it and have it under control before that guy hits me? And then when it took that high bounce, he really had to pause. It was like a wait. You know, who's going to be there first?
Yeah.
Garrett's going to run the ball towards the left side. He had his pulling guard in front of him, but the pulling guard was faster than the running back, and the defensive line ended up catching him. Good tackle by Paxton Woods. He is a newcomer to the Baron football. He's a huge dude. I think he's going to be a great weapon for this defensive line.
Yeah, I had the opportunity to hang out with his dad, going to a card show, and he was telling me how excited he was to have Paxton playing football again.
Well, good. He serves on our lunch. He's a lunch man.
Yep,
Lunch man.
Cafeteria worker. Yes, yeah. John loves working for the schools. He mows in the summer.
Garrett, timeout. Their first charge.
Well, and he told me he mowed a lot this year.
Oh, yeah.
He said that's all he did was mow.
Well,
So
mowing is just a beautiful thing.
I know,
It's
Charlie,
awesome.
you have your own mowing.
I know.
That's a little plug there for Holbrook Lawn
Holbrook
Care.
Landscape. The owner is actually sitting to the right of us, who's an active Baron supporter.
And there you go. Well,
That's how I waste my summer away.
well, you know what? You're making some money, though, and
That's
you're paying
true.
your way, so that's
Gotta
awesome, Charlie.
Find a way to take the woman out.
Well, there's no doubt that also I think, everybody, our kids are busy, and you work really hard in the summer, and you also get show choir camp in there and a lot of other things to continue to improve us as Bear Nation and what you do. So, yeah, I think all of our kids are working really, really hard to continue to do everything they can.
I think it was DeKalb, correct me if I'm wrong, that called the timeout. Was it, Mr. Baker?
Man, I don't know, because they haven't reset the timeout.
Garrett is still in their huddle. DeKalb is waiting for them.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I got this beam in my way over here. I still think for Mr. Friels and I need to come out here and take this out. You think?
Well, I don't know. We probably can't take the new beam out of the new press box.
I don't think your boss would be happy.
I'm with you. I would like that to happen, but I don't know that that's going to be able to happen, Baker.
All right, Garrett with the running back in the right, but it looks like they were going to pass it, but I think Eli Schwab with a blitz, and he's going to be able to get the sack for loss.
Carey on the sack.
Wow, yeah, what a play.
Bear fans, once again, make
For those
some
people
noise.
at home.
It's 3rd and long.
Bear Nation getting hyped. 3rd and long. That was a huge sack. They needed it. Possible safety potential. I mean, I don't want to say it, but if they were a normal kind of offense, they could have a safety here. But I don't think they will, but you never know. All right.
They are going to pass.
He's going to catch that.
He got free. He got stuck, too. Wow, what a hit.
I'll tell you what, that was really, really close. If they marked this with forward momentum, I think he might have got across the 30.
I think he did. If not, very close.
They're going to mark it really, really close, and they are calling it first down, I think.
So what I think ended up happening there, no, they're going to call it first down. What happened is I think we sent a blitz, and what happened is that had an open gap in the middle, which there was a slant, I think, from the left side coming towards the right, and he was able to break a couple tackles and able to get that first down.
Well, and that's the key right there, Charlie, breaking the tackles. That was just great effort on his part. You break the tackle, you pick up a few extra yards, and before you know it, there's no coverage.
He wanted it.
You're right. We had the blitz on. We already had everybody behind him, and everybody was turning around chasing.
Yeah.
Yep. Fortunately, they got him closed up.
Yeah.
And wanting it is a big thing, especially in high school, because when seniors come in, I remember Brady Kohler, a really good friend of mine, and his senior year, he popped off. And I don't think it was because he was better, but I think it was just because he wanted it, because he was a senior.
I hear he's here tonight, hanging out at the game, so big shout out to Brady Kohler and all he did for athletics. And also, he came out and joined the theater department. We were talking about getting, excited about doing different things. His senior year, he decided he wanted to spend some time with us, and he got out there and danced his heart out in Little Mermaid and sang, and even had a little solo at the beginning of the show.
Yes, and even Colton Schooley, who I just saw.
There you go. That's right.
Man.
Yeah. So
who's a flag football star too.
Man, one of the best catches I've ever seen in flag football. That regional.
Oh my word! I remember that
regional championship touchdown. Or no, that was the regional semifinals.
Yeah.
He did that. Yeah. Wow.
Well, here we go. Garrett's got fresh blood here. Just when you thought it was going to be 4 and out, man, and they get a first down and a chance to attack down the field.
He's going to roll it for a pass. Going to go deep.
He's got a receiver. Let's go. I was right there with you guys. I thought maybe that was going to be an interception.
But at the same time, Mr. Friels, that was almost an interception. But the DB almost dropped the ball, and the receiver almost had a second chance at receiving the ball.
Came down really, really hard on his shoulder here.
His shoulder?
And I don't know if it's just his shoulder. We'll see what happens here. They got people out there for him.
It looks like it could be just a little cramp.
Yeah. This is the cramp ball. I remember there was when I played for Coach Wilcox, there was like 15 cramps per first game.
That Angola game, that 1 year at Angola.
Well, you'll notice we got a Garrett player, the same thing down on the other end of the field, and they're getting him up now, but he was down on the field cramping. Yeah. So got 2 of them.
That was Trey Nimmin. I think I said that right, for the Garrett Railroaders. I have no clue who that is down at DeKalb's side.
Yeah. Can't really see the number.
No.
But while we have a minute, again, if you are not busy tomorrow morning, the Kiwanis fundraiser gets to go get yourself some donuts, support Special Olympics DeKalb County.
Love that.
And then in the afternoon, we have the Atkinson family benefit, which is, again, another big person in the DeKalb and Garrett community. So 2 big things going on there to support both DeKalb and Garrett.
Which Mr. Baker, tell me, if I'm not a DeKalb person, who is Miss Atkinson and what is the situation currently happening?
So Miss Atkinson is she is our applied skills teacher who teaches both DeKalb, Garrett, and Eastside students, and it's just a benefit for her husband who is dealing with some medical issue, who has a medical issue at this point, and it's just it's going to be a really nice benefit. Great food if you've never had the catering from Ted and Valerie Thompson. Carter's parents.
Coach Carter.
Coach Carter, yeah. So it's going to be a great time. Come on out, bid on some of the silent auction stuff, and enjoy some good food.
Yeah, a little update on that hurt Baron. That was Layden Wilcox, a 10th grader, who is a running back and DB.
And a very good wrestler.
Really? I did not know that.
Well, the Barons are going to shut him down again here. It's going to be second. That down is done. False start, though.
5-yard penalty. It'll be 2nd and 15.
We are almost at the 7-minute mark here in the third. I will say, Mr. Baker, Garrett has definitely looked for that forward pass more than the running offense that they had the first half.
Yeah, when you realize that your run is not going to work,
yeah,
except for that one play, so we'll give that to them. They had that one, but you got to do something else, and they're doing a great job making the changes. They're not rolling over. They're coming out and trying things.
All right, they're going to come back. 2 wide receivers on the right, but that goes nowhere. Oh, no, sorry.
Yeah, they had you fooled right there from the start. They're going to pick up about 6 yards on it. But for a brief moment, Charlie, I thought maybe 2, but the handoff was successful.
Yeah.
They got that. It's going to be like 3rd and 8. Now, they picked this up last time, so can they pick it up again?
It's 3rd down.
They're down for Garrett. They need, I'd say, 5 more yards. DeKalb's getting loud. They need to stop here.
Cheerleaders doing a great job tonight, and they're fantastic.
Yeah, definitely. It's an underrated sport. The football team needs them. Oh my word! Big defense. Oh, that. So Michael Carey ended up blowing up the line of scrimmage, grabbed the quarterback by his jersey and threw him on the ground. An aggressive tackle. Now, me personally, I played Coach Baker with Michael Carey. I know he's a pretty really aggressive player. So I don't know. The home team, the home team is not liking this call though. I personally don't like it at all.
That penalty will give it up for a rear liver on 1st down.
And that's just annoying right there. 3rd down. So that's hard. But I think when you have a play like that, you need to make sure Coach Robinson needs to make sure he comes and talks to Michael and say, hey, that was a great play. I understand it might have been a bad call, but move on.
Nice shot.
All right, Garrett, 1st down. What are they going to do? They're going to run it with their fullback type running back. He's going to go about the line of scrimmage.
Brought down to the line of scrimmage by number 88, Michael Carey.
Wow, that is the way to respond right there, Mr. Baker. You get a flag, why not just go get another one?
Yeah.
Or sorry, not another flag, but another
go in there,
another
make
tackle.
Play.
They did, I think, they're going to mark him going 1 more yard. So it's 2nd and 9. Garrett, they're looking back at that run offense. I don't know if that's working again, but we'll see. So they do have 1 wide receiver on the right side. They have a tight end on the right and left and the fullback in the backfield. Tight end's going to go in motion. They're going to give it to the fullback up the middle. I want to say he's going to go 5-6 yards maybe. There is a helmet off on the Barons.
Aiden Reed, the ball carrier.
That's going to be Micah Pentecost. So now on the IHSAA, the rules are if your helmet comes off, you do have to come off the field for 1 play.
Well, make sure you're safe. Make sure your helmet didn't break. Make sure your snap didn't break. So,
which also did have a huge, crazy play last year during East Noble. That's how Xavier Weiss proved himself. Will Weber had his helmet came off. 4th down, they needed a touchdown, and he ended up scoring on that 1 play they needed. Garrett's going to come back. They're going to have it go to the right side with their wide receiver who came in motion. I believe it was a wide receiver or a tight end. That is going to give them a gain of 1, so it's going to be 4th down and maybe 2 or 3.
And 3.
Miles Brockhouse is going to come in. I believe that is Eli Schwab coming back into. I agree. Garrett's probably going to go for it here, so I think those were some second string. They're bringing the second string out, putting the varsity back in. They want to stop. It's nothing against the second string. They just definitely, DeKalb needs to stop and really just bury Garrett here.
Well, we talked about this earlier. Coach Robertson and his staff getting a lot of guys in the game, trying to see what they do under pressure, see what they do in the game situation. So kudos to all of them.
They are going to get that and a couple more. I think they're going to get 6 more after the first down.
It'll be enough for a Garrett.
Well, and this is probably the best drive Garrett has put together all night. They were back on their heels there. They could have rolled over, and on the 3rd down conversion, they get the first. And now they've done that 3 times in a row here since then, and they continue to move down the field. Now, they put a couple more points in the ball game, and you got a 23-14 game, and all of a sudden it's getting close. So
I will also say, though, they're running that ball consecutively, which is also draining time off the clock. Which I don't want to say they need to be in a hurry-up situation, but they could need to look for it.
If it was 4th quarter, I'd agree with you, but right now you got to do what works.
Yes.
And right now this is working for them, and they're moving the ball, so they're going to have to continue to do that if they want to keep the score close.
Which the running game is their better game. So as DeKalb, we need to lock that down so they can go back to their poorer game, which is passing over the infield, which hopefully we can get an interception or just stop them. All right, he is going to come towards the left and get a couple yards. It's going to be 2nd, and I want to say 7.
It is 2nd and 7.
Got a few more guys on the sidelines getting treated for cramps and stuff, so the night is going on. But
I will say,
we'll see what happens. 2nd and 8.
There is something that Josh Collins, Mr. Collins, Garrett is going to go out to their running back. He's going to get maybe a yard, but for cramps, they'll do something what's called Amish juice. Amish juice is a weird mixture of all types of 7-Up, and it's weird stuff that will help your cramping go away. I heard it tastes horrible. Thankfully, I never cramped up in a game, and I needed it.
Well, we're not going to confirm or, we're not going to endorse Amish juice. But a lot of players keep mustard in their bags, A lot of players used to have mustard packs in their bags in case we did cramp. It's basic chemistry, right? Your body's needing salts, your muscles are cramping up. They need calcium atoms to move, and if it's not there because of, whether it's low salt intake or whether it's low hydration, you got to get it taken care of. So, when I was a kid, they used to make us eat salt tablets. I don't know about you, Mr. Baker, but, our coach would come down with a salt bottle, and you had to take a salt tablet out and you had to eat it. And it was probably the worst tasting pill I ever had to, chew up. But he was adamant about, we were never going to be low on our salt intake.
Which, speaking of cramps, there is another down Baron, and it looks like he is cramping in the calf. He is up. That is Bennett Quinn. I think he has cramped before earlier in the game. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he could have cramped already. So maybe that's not enough water, not enough salt, but Mr. Friels did just give us a school lesson.
Are you good? Are you recharged or are you done?
So 3rd down for the Garrett offense. Mr. Baker, we got 3rd down. What are we drawing up in the playbook here?
Oh, you're going, well,
I'm almost thinking, if I was an actual offense and not a run-based offense, I'd go for a pass.
You almost have to go to the pass here.
But if I'm Garrett, I'd also go towards that bubble pass again. We haven't seen that in a bit.
Yeah, you could do some sort of reverse or some sort of option here.
All right, so Garrett has a fullback in the backfield, a tight end on the left, and one receiver on the left and right. He's going to get a pitch to the fullback who's coming towards the left, coming down hard. He's going to get swiped up, though, by Drake Hall, who's going to grab his ankles. And that is 4th down for the Barons. For the Garrett Railroaders. About to go 5 yards, which I don't know. Maybe you do want to go for the 4th down. Mr. Baker, what are you going for? Are you going for the 4th down?
Yeah, right now. On the 30-yard line, and you go for it. You have nothing to lose right now.
Yeah, there is currently. Now there is 1 minute and 59 seconds. 2 minutes. Garrett breaking out of their huddle. Garrett meets them with a 3-2 defense. And Garrett's going to come out with one receiver on the left, one on the right, and that's going to be a delay of game. And things here in Cecil E. Young Field are getting hype.
Yes. And a really interesting. Oh, they're waving off the flag.
Well,
They called. Yeah.
Garrett probably called a timeout with 1 second left.
Yeah, they called the timeout. But that's a big timeout.
I agree.
Of the half.
How many do they have
They've
left?
used 2. They only have one remaining timeout.
I don't
here.
Do you take? I mean, me personally, I would have took the flag
I mean,
because you want that timeout.
it's tough because it is still a 2-score game.
Right.
The timeout's not going to matter if you don't get back within. So, but it's poor clock management. I know it's the first. It's the first game of the year.
Totally
it's
agree.
First game of the year for everybody. First game of the year for us up here. First game of the year for the concession stand. First game of the year for the fans. Everyone.
Coach's team.
Yeah. Things you learn. Seasons are not won and lost right here in game 1.
I agree.
You can get momentum in game 1.
One more time.
Yes.
But last year, DeKalb lost game 1, and lost game 1, ended up 7-3.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Game 1 is your learning point. That's why it's not a conference game.
Yeah. Well, back here in Cecil E. Young Field, the Garretts are faced with a 4th down here. Barons need this stop to shut them down. They're going to go back in a pass. Pocket collapses, and the defensive end says, "Not today." That's Michael Carey. What a play. He has had 3 beautiful plays, one of them being a flag, but he says, you know what, I'm going to just destroy this offense anyway.
Michael Carey is one of the best defensive linemen. He's young, right? Still
100. Yeah, I think he's
still
a
young. Still a sophomore?
No, junior, sorry.
Junior, yeah. Either way, he's one of the better defensive linemen
With time to develop, he can be crazy.
That we've had in a while. He came out there, everyone really liked what they saw out of him in middle school. He came out, his first couple of years here at DeKalb has done very well.
I agree. All right, welcome back. The DeKalb Barons are facing first down with their offense. Xavier Weiss out controlling them still. He's going to go up the middle. He is a gap. Here we go. 40. Can he get to the 45? He's still pushing. Man, look at that big quarterback run. He's at the 46, 47. Man, I love the way he runs, Coach Baker, because he is so big as a quarterback that I really don't think he is one.
Yeah, running people over, having fun.
They're running hurry up here. They're calling the play with 1 minute, 20 seconds left in the third. Here we go. Xavier calling the shot. 1 on the right, 2 on the left. Here we go. He goes up the middle again. Oh, here we go. 40, 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown. Xavier Weiss. Man.
There is a flag on the play,
There is a penalty ball.
and it is in the Baron backfield.
Coach
so
Robertson does not like that,
we'll
too.
see what the call is going to be.
Oh, that's so hard. Holding. Oh, that is annoying. Not only as you, but imagine being that offensive lineman right there, Coach Mr. Friels. I mean, that's just hard right there.
Yeah, my problem is, though, like, if we wouldn't have held, would he made it that far? Like, it's a call for a reason, so you got to make it. Yeah, if I'm the offensive lineman, I'm saying, okay, God darn it, if I wouldn't have held, maybe that would have counted.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, if I wouldn't have held, he might not have made it at all.
Yeah.
He might have got sacked.
Yeah.
So it's like, I get it, but I'm telling, like, if I'm coach, I'm telling the kid, hey, it's not your problem, okay? Whatever, it's all good. Because you just can't, and I get that you want the yardage, but we got the yardage because of the hold.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like you said, typically the hold is what sprung the
aggressive
play. Yeah. So
all right, Xavier's going to roll to the left. He's going to throw it. He was looking at Webb, that big tight end. He really likes him. He was running on a slant route from the right to the left, I believe.
And that's a throw that's going to develop with time for
Agreed.
Xavier. I mean, you have a young quarterback rolling out to his non-dominant side.
Yes.
He has to fully turn his body and make a throw. That you see a shortstop make. Or
I'm going to be completely honest. It wasn't a bad throw.
it wasn't bad. There was a tad high.
Yes.
But that's a throw where Xavier is going to get to the point in his high school career where he's hitting that right in the numbers every time.
Give him time to develop. Garrett is sending a blitz, but he backs out. It's the middle linebacker. Xavier goes back. He looks deep. Nope. He hits a cross route to Blake Smith.
License pass complete.
And they can get a first down here. They had a whole lot of yardage in one play. Man, he is popping off today.
It is 3rd and 4.
What a player. I just love him, not only as a player, but just as a person. He's just such a nice person. Great personality. Is just awesome. Oh, the whole defensive line just jumps. Man. I think every defensive lineman just jumps.
What a play. That gets his first down.
And if that was when I played, do you know what we would have been doing Monday morning? Running. A whole lot of running. So I guarantee you that's going to happen Monday.
Yep. And here we go. Where's coming towards the end of the third quarter. Maybe one play left. We'll see.
Yep, 20-some seconds. Xavier has two receivers on the left, one on the right. Drake's running back on the left. Fakes the handoff. Xavier keeps it. Here we go. Gain of 5, I want to say. Maybe 6.
Looks to be a gain of 7 yards.
Looks like that is going to be it. All right, takes us to the fourth.
All right, one more. So, Mr. Baker and Mr. Friels, I'll ask Mr. Baker first. But Mr. Baker, what are your priorities in this fourth quarter coming in as a DeKalb Baron coach?
Obviously keep the lead, run the clock. You run the clock as much as you can. You still try to move the ball.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing
you teach your quarterback, anyone who touches the ball, you hold on to that ball. Securing the ball is more important than picking up those extra couple yards.
Yeah.
You teach them ball security, run the clock. Defense, keep doing the defense, you don't change the thing. Like, they're doing phenomenal.
Okay.
And then you get out of here in the next 12 minutes, start the season 1-0.
And are you starting not starting, but are you putting there is a flag. They just put a flag out.
For your Baron cheerleaders.
I don't know. What did we get? Did we get a personal foul?
I think it might have been a personal foul.
It came out of the Garrett huddle. I'm not quite sure. Whatever it's going to be, it's going to be assessed on this.
They did point. Okay, yeah, I apologize. They pointed the other way.
The coach is like halfway on the field, so I wonder if the coach isn't talking a little bit too much.
I didn't see it. I didn't see what he called.
Yeah. Well, Mr. Friels, are you preoccupied right now, or can you talk?
No, I think if it was my priority right now, without a doubt, I want to score. It's always going to be a priority. But if I get one more score, I'm going to continue maybe to try to see what guys I got. I got 70 guys on the sidelines every play.
Yeah.
So what does that look like? Because if I get a guy hurt out there, who's going in? I mean, I got to know who the next guy is.
Especially with next week happening.
Again, my priority right now is, this always sounds terrible, but the season never means anything to me until we get to the postseason.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I want to know my guys by the time I get there. And right now, Coach Robertson's got a lot to sort through in a game situation. So, if I'm on the sidelines, my priority right now is going to make sure I know what my personnel, not only the guys on this particular rotation, but the next rotation and the next rotation in case something happens. If I need to switch my quarterback, what does that happen? If I need to sweep my defensive end, so that's my priority in this game. I'm always going to want to score. Don't get me wrong, that's a priority. I got to score. But more important to me is I'm going to get some guys some reps here. I'm going to get them some rotations so that I know what they can do in a game situation, so that if I have to make the call, I can.
Totally agree. All right, so Vice is looking at possible touchdown play. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. He's going to give the Drake Hall. He's going to run up the middle, but I don't think he might get a yard if he's stretching it. But of course, because it's the Cramp Bowl, there's going to be a Garrett player lane. It looks like he's cramping. They're stretching him out. See if he gets up on this play.
Yeah. And this is the most, for 90% of these players out here, this is the most energy that they have used since last season. You get the wrestlers, the track stars, the basketball players. Those guys, they're in shape. But
especially the linemen. I mean,
oh my goodness!
Me personally, I know what I was doing in the summer. Eating cheeseburgers, hot dogs, going to the lake. I was getting big.
Well, after wrestling season, it was straight up just weight room time for football. And,
right.
Cardio didn't come until 2-a-days.
All right, we're coming back here. Barron's looking at a second and I want to say 9. 11 minutes, almost 12 minutes here. Just started the fourth. We'll see what we can do here. Clock's running. You got 2 receivers on the left, 1 on the right. We have 3 linebackers playing a zone. Xavier throws the bubble. He can go left. Here we go. 10, 5, touchdown. Man, that's Blake Smith. Number 3. What a player. And there's those lights.
Yeah, this is my favorite part of Friday Night Lights.
The lights?
Yes.
There go the booms down there. Sponsored by Drive Right usually.
Man, what happened there is I didn't think he was going to go for a touchdown, but he ended up having a gap. I think one of the wide receivers ended up not being selfish and ended up blocking their DB, and it was able for Blake Smith to come in and get that touchdown. So here's Riker Ball coming in for the PAT. They usually make them, but, you never know. The snap, the kick, and it's good.
Well, Carly, if you go back to Blake's first touchdown in the state championship game last year, it was a phenomenal run. So it was just like that. He's making everybody miss, making moves, and then, Blake he's a tough kid. So, it's going to take more than one kid to tackle him. Now, he may be cramping a little as he comes to the sideline, but what a game, what a return to tackle football for Blake Smith. Just, man, he's
a player.
Coming out as the early star.
Well, and the thing that I love about Blake, and it's like so many of our kids, he's just a hard worker in general.
Yeah.
He's a good student. He's involved in lots of different activities and lots of different things. And when he's someplace, he's working extremely hard, and I like that. He's just another great part of Barron Nation, like so many of our kids that are down there.
So, Mr. Friels, now tell me, so Blake Smith, he has a lot of health issues with Steiners. I mean, he's having a phenomenal game. He's their prime scorer. So are you wanting to look at him throughout the season and making sure he's doing all right? I mean, that's hard.
Well, there's no doubt. I mean, you're always going to take care of your players. Personnel is everything, right? Mm-hmm. So whatever it takes. When we talk about our athletes, it's more than just about the win-loss column at the end. You want to make sure your athletes are getting good grades. You want to make sure they're mentally healthy. You want to make sure they're physically healthy.
Yes.
So it's a big picture. You're always going to put your athlete first before the game. That's hard sometimes. I can remember a regional over at Westview where I had to sub a senior out with less than 2 minutes to go in a game, and we ended up losing that regional. And I asked myself over and over, if I'd have left him in the game, would we have won? And I don't know what the answer is.
Yeah.
But it was in the best interest of that player that he could barely go. He had just given everything he could. So, and Coach Robertson, he's the same way. He's always going to make sure he's taking care of his personnel first, which is the number one job of a coach always.
Yeah. So Garrett's going to come out here with the ball, and they didn't even get the ball off, really, and Garrett's going to have a false start, and that's just going to add on to the loudness and the atmosphere of DeKalb here.
Yeah, well, you'll notice, Garrett's got some different guys in the rotation again here, too, so they're going to do the same thing. You're down 30-7 with a quarter to go. You might not be able to pull this game out, so let's check our personnel. Who can play? Who wants to play against the Barons? What can we do in a game situation so that, they're in the same boat? You got to make sure your guys can go.
Yeah, especially with week one. I mean, I feel like, I'm not saying this is going to be a horrible season, but, I feel like half of the scores aren't going to tell us anything because they're still developing.
Yep. Well, and it's early in the season for every
they lost a fumble.
I think DeKalb recovered that. There were two guys
That's
fall
what
on
the ref's saying.
That is definitely a DeKalb ball. Boom.
Yeah.
And here you go. 11. I tell you what, you're going to see right here now who hasn't Coach Robertson run to the end zone right here that he might want to see.
Yeah.
What play will he pull right here? Are we going to run? Are we going to throw? What does he want to see? What does he want his personnel to be challenged with right now so that he can find out what they can do in a game situation? So,
me personally, I would want to see Xavier Weiss get one here. He has gone all the distance of the field, but he hasn't finished it.
Well, he's thrown 3.
That's true.
Yep. But you got Zayden Circle. He's been working hard on the outside line. He had those couple of big catches there in the first half.
He's tried to hit his tight end.
Without a doubt. So we'll see what the play call is here.
Yeah, and looking at the Angola score, Angola is up on Goshen right now, so we're looking at a collision course of 1-0 teams next week.
Well, you'll notice, Blake's not in the play right now, so wait a minute, is he? He's lined up. I take that back.
There is another flag on the play, though.
I'm not sure that was out of the Garrett backfield. I don't know if they had too many men on the field and somebody stepped off.
On the field. Delay game.
Oh, there you go. On the Barons, going to back us up. Okay.
A little insider information. We almost could not find the play clock remote at the beginning of the night.
I heard that.
Xavier's going to step back, go deep.
Oh my goodness, that's Zirkle with a touchdown.
Man,
Hey, and who said that? I think that was
that
was
Ed
you.
Grills.
I think I just called that. There you go. All right, well, we'll take it.
Can you tell me the winning Powerball numbers tonight?
Well, I will say there's a ticket in my billfold from the last $1 billion one, and they weren't right. So
Okay. Fair enough.
can't call that. No, but I think there's a great example though. I want to see what Zirkle can do in the end zone, right? Can he outrun his defender? Can he keep his hands on the ball? So he's made a couple of good catches, but now that I just watched that in a big game situation, I might call his rotation. I might call his number. I say, okay, well, here's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
And that's a confidence builder for him too. So you've got to do that.
Yes, especially when you're seeing one of your teammates get all of the numbers, all the plays. I mean, that's just a morale boost for you. All right, Riker here going to kick for the Barons. The snap, the kick. Oh, a little low, but he ended up getting it.
It's all right.
We missed it. However, the issue we ran into, so Blake Smith is the holder. He is currently with the trainers and walking off what looks like cramps. They had to run a holder onto the field at the last second. And if you're a kicker, my brother was a kicker, all that good stuff. He will tell you if there was anything off in the snap, the hold, the kick, it's gone. It doesn't matter if you're the best kicker in the NFL. If there's a bad snap or a bad hold, you're in trouble.
And that's pretty nervous too as the kicker. I mean, nobody's looking at the holder. They're looking at who's scoring the point, and that's going to be the kicker. So they're going to not look at the holder when it's the holder's fault.
Yeah. Well, then and again, we're not saying it was anybody's fault there, but it was not a perfect machine there. Because the kicker's standing there like waiting for the holder. He's like, what are we doing here? Am I gonna Doug Flutie this one and try to drop kick it through the uprights?
All right, Dawson cleverly about to kick another one again, and he's having a good night tonight. He's kicking, I think, almost majority all of them have been touchbacks. But here he goes again. He's gonna boot that.
What a kick!
That's gonna.
Oh,
darn
it! Go out.
That had the distance. It was just too far left.
Yep. Kind of like my golf swing.
Yep. I mean, I know Emma Books. She tries her hardest during golf, and she's not the best.
Well, yeah, I'm not very good either.
I played one time.
If I can get a par, I'm excited.
Yeah.
Like, yes. So it's usually a par 3, right? But I never get one on my
So,
par.
Mr. Baker, tell me, are you excited for this year for flag football?
I am very excited. It's a different team. It's a different team than we've had the last 5-6 years. It's a young team full of.
I totally agree.
Full of some kids, some new flag football players, and I really want to see how we respond. There's a lot of pressure that you guys are putting on yourselves, coming back out.
Yeah.
Want to repeat, but
DeKalb is going to call timeout here.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun year. I think it's going to be a fun season.
Totally agree.
Obviously Elkhart is returning some phenomenal players. Homestead's returning some phenomenal players. Carroll. So we're not going to have
in the concession stand. Get your pizza.
We're not going to have an easy year, but we're going to have a fun year.
Right.
Yeah, there's no doubt that as you look at tonight's game, it's a great first game.
Yeah.
But again, there's 80 guys on the sideline. That's amazing. That's just huge. But 80 guys on the sideline doesn't mean you're going to play big in a Homestead game or a Carroll game or an Elkhart game. It just means you got a lot of guys there.
Yeah.
So, and again, I'm really pleased with the coach tonight. He's going through the playbook. He's trying to figure it out. What do we need to do? What do we need to work on this week?
Yeah.
Right? Like, what were our weaknesses tonight? And what do I need to do to make sure I'm ready for next week?
Maybe they're even running things for Angola currently. Like they're running maybe.
No doubt.
All right, Garrett's going to try to pass.
Well, if I know, everyone here knows Travis Gaff. That's Mr. Gaff.
He is upstairs now. There you go.
He will probably tonight when he gets home start watching Angola film from last year.
There's no doubt. He's already been watching, and I can guarantee you
I wouldn't be shocked if he's up there right now with his phone streaming one thing while he's watching this.
The question is he going to grade papers before?
Well, you have outstanding papers you need in the grade book, Charlie, or what?
Well,
Mr. Graff, he's a great teacher too, man. He works hard every place.
Very much.
Just like the entire staff. I mean,
blitz coming
hard.
Hey,
there you go.
Man.
That was a great secondary tackle there, you know.
Between Drake Hall, but I'd also say I'd give it Eli Schwab, too. Eli Schwab broke up. I mean, he wrapped up, and then Drake Hall just came and finished.
Yeah, and I think what you got to the impressive part for me, there's everybody could have stood back and watched what Eli was going to do, right?
Right.
But Drake's on his way to help, like every good football player should do, right? Like, just because somebody's got a hand on somebody doesn't mean the tackle's done.
Right.
Until the play's done, you're on your way there to stop the play. You know, everybody's moving.
You could even have a pop-out ball if you hit
Absolutely, absolutely.
All right, third down here in Cecily Young Field. Crowd's getting pumped. Garrett needs to convert. They run it up the middle with their fullback coming towards the right side.
I want to say something. I'm going to make a prediction that we're going to see Brayson Staley come out at quarterback the next time DeKalb gets on the field.
You think so?
I mean, he's down there. He's down there warming up. They got him with the quarterback coach down there. He's warming up. He's getting loose and ready.
So now a couple of things about him. He came from Carroll, which is a very big school.
Yeah.
He's young. He's in my history class. He said, the reason why I came is I want to play for a good coach. Coach Robinson's a great coach. Nothing against the Carroll coach, he said. He just really likes Coach Robertson. And what's hard right now is you have two different quarterbacks. You have Xavier Weiss, who's very run-heavy. I mean, he can also throw the ball, but I love the way he runs. And then you have this young guy who's in the same grade as Xavier, but just has a completely different play style.
Well, and I think, you know, if you watch him even warm up, he is so sure-handed that, like, he takes that ball and just throws it wherever he wants to.
Yeah.
He gives up some muscle mass and stuff in the quarterback position compared to Xavier. So, you know, what do you need as a coach? But this is a game. This is where you play him. You got to get him out there. You got to get him some game experience.
Yep, and there he is.
All right.
we go.
First drive as a Baron. Here he goes. He was a Charger.
The ball is spotted.
Looks like we got almost like a line change out there.
Oh, so this could go really well, or
we got Colton Brandon out there, I believe, at running back.
Definitely got, like we talked about earlier, some personnel in there to find out what they can do.
All right.
How deep are we?
Going for the pass. Beautiful throw.
And it was a quick throw.
It was.
No time. Grab the ball, sure-handed, boom, and it's out of his hands.
Faster than Xavier, but not better. I'd just say different.
Definitely. It reminds me of when you get down to the Peyton Mannings of the world, who was a finesse quarterback, boom, back there, and then you throw him up against somebody else that was, maybe a better run quarterback.
Tim Tebow.
There you go. Take a Tim Tebow that's going to come out of the backfield. You don't know what's going to happen. He might run over you.
Right.
So it's kind of those two stories right here. It's a Tim Tebow and a Peyton Manning. Both great quarterbacks, just different styles.
Yeah.
Personal foul on sportsmanlike conduct on the Barons.
Oh.
It's a 15-yard penalty.
Well,
I think it was a late hit, but I could be wrong.
No, that is no bueno. We want to get that sportsmanship award again this year, so we gotta look at that.
So equivalent, I weigh around 220, maybe 30 pounds.
And I weigh a little less. Okay, I'm just going to throw it out there.
Xavier Weiss weighs 205 pounds.
Yeah.
As a quarterback, that's pretty big.
Yeah.
But he can run.
And he moves.
Really fast,
he does.
Which at that weight and speed, it's beautiful. All right, here we go. Second and deep. They're going up the middle. Solid game, maybe a couple.
Yeah. Well, that's all you really need right now.
Right.
Why does the clock stop? Is there another flag?
Well, and take away the penalty there, and that would have been a first down, right? But I mean, so we had the penalty in there, so it got farther to go. That puts it tough on this new lineup out there.
Yeah. And, a lot of people will say, you put your backups in, you run out the game, whatever. I don't believe that. I believe you put these guys in, you give them a chance to play like they would in an actual, in a close game.
Totally agree. Low snap here.
And
going to throw the ball. Ooh, DB got a piece of that.
I've never been a coach that's just going to put people in just so they can play.
Yeah.
I want to put people in positions where they're going to be successful and they're going to make the team successful.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I think everybody should have a chance to play, and all of those boys down there have been working hard, and there's no doubt they're going to get a chance to play at some level this week, right? I mean, there's a lot of games going on
Tomorrow,
from freshmen, JV, and tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
So There's no doubt about that. But again, I'm going to go back. You've got to make sure that your team knows who's the backup. You know, if somebody gets hurt, I'm in. You know, and then am I ready? Am I game ready? Has the personnel been tested? Are we good to go? Can we hold our own against Coach Wilcox and the Angola Hornets next week?
Here's the kick. I think that was the second time we punted. Correct me if I'm wrong. They're going to get the ball.
That's a good bounce.
It's a nice bounce, but you know,
pick that up. Don't let that. There you go.
It is definitely, you know, I remember the old grass field here when things got hard, it hadn't rained or we hadn't watered them much. You know, that ball could have rolled 20 yards.
Yeah.
You hit the turf, you're going to get 4 or 5 sometimes, but that's about it.
Or that field when it did rain, that ball
my
would
gosh.
stick right in.
The Mud Bowl, we'll never forget that last game.
The last game. That was even though we didn't win.
I know.
But there's no other way. Like,
we have some footage of that game that we go back and once in a while, and you couldn't even tell the uniforms.
Yeah.
Like both teams were just completely covered in mud. It was crazy.
That was fantastic.
I guess you know the starters from the bench warmers.
Yeah, we did that game for sure.
All right, Garrett here. Let's see what they can do. You got motion coming from the left to the right side. They look like they're going to pass. He is a receiver open.
Boy, receiver, beautiful. Oh.
And that's hard, too, because that was a beautiful ball, beautiful spiral, a little head. So do you blame that on the receiver who just wasn't that fast?
I just think that's always tough, right? You know, I think that's one of the amazing things about football. When you can connect a pass with somebody who's run 40 yards downfield and they catch it, it's a beautiful thing, right?
Yeah.
Because the run was perfect, the throw was perfect, everything about it. There's way more that can go wrong than can go right in that situation.
And I personally can have that experience because, like, from flag football,
there you go.
I mean, I would just chuck that thing. Blake Smith would just come down with it. This year, it's not going to be like that.
Yeah, that's you said it best. You know, we don't have a Miles Dobson or Blake Smith this year,
or Colton Schooley,
Colton Schooley. That catch still, wow! What if that was a phenomenal catch?
There is going to be another flag on the play on Garrett.
Yeah.
Ball start on the Railroaders.
But what I think we do have this year in flag football is we have, 22 kids who want to be there, who want to play,
That's so cool.
and are going to give their all. So it's going to be a good time.
Well, and speaking of that, we've got them on the board in the BTV studios this couple weeks.
Yes.
We got a home game.
Yeah.
We're going to try to be bringing you that game live. So tune into BTV on our YouTube channel. You know, we used to have an AES cable channel, but like all television, we're transferring to streaming services. So make sure you catch that unified football game. And remember, volleyball, you can go through there and watch things. We've got the ACD parade coming up, and after that, we'll have the DeKalb County Free Fall Fair. Our student broadcasters are not only covering everything that they can here at home at the DeKalb High School campus, DeKalb High School and Middle School campus, but they're also covering community events. And, a big shout out to, again, Mayor Clark and his staff and Auburn Essential Services, one of our proud sponsors. Also want to give a big shout out to Steve Teeters and Marcus Wagner and their administrative staffs, respectively. Everything they do to make it possible for kids to be successful. Just so many activities happening. Convo today, which is fantastic. We had a great convo. Kids were here out in the stadium celebrating homecoming. And, just a great atmosphere at DeKalb High School. If you're looking for a place to land, we'd love to have you if you happen to be listening tonight. But,
absolutely. Yeah.
It's a great, and like so many high schools out there, I don't really know a high school out there that's not doing everything they can for the students they have.
Yeah.
So kudos to all of our educators that are out there, no matter where you teach and no matter what level you teach. I like to tell our elementary teachers, hey, thanks for giving us your kids because you trained them well. And we get to see the final product. And, Mr. Baker, as an elementary teacher yourself, you got to see kids grow up. And then as we continue to get our students and we get everybody, and you see them grow up, it is a bunch of thanks to all of our elementary people, that work with our kids from day one as they come in and make it successful. So,
yeah.
Well, we're starting to see some tail lights come on in the parking lot. I think so. It'll be interesting.
It's one side too. Like if you're looking at the way visitor bleachers, it's one side that's leaving right now.
See, and in high school, it really saddens me when this happens because if you're a fan of Garrett, you need to be watching these Garrett athletes who are putting in the work to get out, and this is their moment.
Yes,
no doubt. Well, and I like to say always, if you can watch here and cheer a kid on, then you connect with them later. You're building a program, you're building a community. And, if you can compliment that kid on something they did, even in the last 30 seconds of a game, it still goes a long way. So I think it is important to, stick it out. It's why we don't end broadcasts early. It's why we try to stay to the end of the games when we can, obviously.
And that was hard, too, because, when I played a couple varsity games, it'd be the last couple seconds, and, nobody really looked at, good job. You only played for 10 seconds, but we lost.
Right.
Nobody looks at that.
Well, and, it is tough. But, you got to continue to do your best and make yourself better each and every day, and that's what's going to make people better around you, too. And if you can make people better around you, life's going to be better, period. So,
agreed.
Well, hey, we're just minutes away. 7:57 to go here in the fourth period. DeKalb 36, Garrett 7. We've had quite the homecoming game tonight. Both of these teams have had opportunities. DeKalb's just had more opportunities.
Nice, solid pickup there. It was a beautiful ball, too.
And really, if we're seeing, we've heard a lot of Blake Smith tonight. We've heard a lot of Zayden Zirkle tonight. I look at out on the field, number 4, Pomeroy, who is, he's going to get some reps, as we get into this season. He is a very good player, and I think we're going to see him. If I had to pick anybody to say who's going to be my player to watch for later in the season, I think we're going to see Pomeroy.
No, I totally agree with you, Baker. I think he's another one of those players I'm testing. I'm going to throw the ball his way a couple of times. I want him to be confident. It's interesting. He's in a technical theater class, and he's helping us build the set on stage right now. We're building a big house, and, of course, he's the tallest kid in the class, so that helps. But, he's helping lay carpet, and he's helping put stuff up and trim above doors, and, but he's just hardworking at everything he does. Same thing on the field here.
Oh, here we go. He's got a little room.
That's Zirkle again. Pomeroy put that. See, there you go. There's a downfield block.
Yeah, I was afraid that might have been a clip there for just a second. I was like, okay.
But I say this. Look where we are. We're in the red zone.
Absolutely.
You got a 6'6" receiver. I mean, throw that ball in the air.
I'm going to give him a shot right here.
Get some air under that. Look at that. He's uncovered right now. Get that ball snapped. Now here comes a shorter guy.
And it's
there
back
it is.
there. Oh, you called it, Baker, though.
Almost.
But again, though, I'm okay that he takes the hit here and he misses that ball.
Yeah.
Because as long as Pomeroy learns something in that situation, maybe next week he catches it against Angola.
And it's better for him to drop it here when it really doesn't matter.
Yeah, absolutely.
Than when we're playing Angola in a tight overtime situation and we need them to catch it.
And again, it comes right back down to what we talked about earlier. The Barron staff, and they've done a great job of getting guys into the game, get them some field experience, get them some play experience.
He could have gone somewhere.
I think they're going to get the first down, though. No, it is second and goal. Silly, they can't get a first down.
Now, if we score, it turns into a running clock.
Oh.
So, that was my prediction. So
You're going?
May have just jinxed myself.
One of you
here.
did say 40-7. I'm not sure which one of that was.
Well, he said 40, and I said running clock.
Yeah, okay. So you're both going to win. I had the halftime score right.
You did. Look at that. You know what? We should all just pick two. We'll all just pick two numbers.
I might have said the end of the game. Okay, but it's okay.
DeKalb taking their time. The snap comes. He drops back in the pocket. Ooh, almost picked.
Yeah, he was trying to get Pomeroy there.
He was.
He really was, yeah.
And that's hard because that was a good. That would have landed in his chest because he had in front of the DB. But he wasn't looking at. I think it was a free safety. He was just right in between. He was able to jump up and just hit that thing.
Oh, we're gonna get a field goal kick here.
I think that's record ball still. Now, Coach Friels, are you putting in a kicker that you might not know here?
No, I'm probably going to continue to build the confidence in my kicker. It's a big thing, especially after we just missed one a little bit ago. I want that staff to know that they can put it through. And I don't know, how deep is your kicking staff usually? You're usually too deep. And that's about it.
That's true. Here's the kick.
And it's a good.
Yeah, it's good. There you go. And that can carry over to next week. He doesn't end his game on a miss.
Right. Yep.
He ends
Absolutely.
His game on a field goal. Well, he may get another chance, but you never know.
Well, hey, 6 minutes left.
Yeah, I just think this was the game that DeKalb needed to have week 1.
Yes.
Story Drive was brought to you by
Last year we came out and we didn't look good week 1.
Right.
But then weeks 2 through 9 were fantastic.
It was kind of a wake-up call that first game.
Yeah.
Everybody was like, okay, new coach, new systems, new things. But after that, everybody got into the groove. It's like, okay, we got to learn this, we got to do this, and things fell into place.
And I was talking to Brady Kohler, football alumni, over the summer, and he said what really flipped the switch was halftime in Garrett. We were like, Coach Robertson came in and said, what type of team do you want to be? And this is the moment where you decide.
Yep, that's exactly right. And I think ever since then, man, they have been working like crazy.
Agreed. And it's carried over this season, which is wonderful, because you don't have to have that wake-up call.
Absolutely, yep.
Yeah, I mean, we did have the sectional game that we would all like to forget, but
it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to have those games.
Yep.
But out of 10 games, we looked very, very good in 8 of them. Even the East Noble loss was the best.
Game.
That was one of the best games I've ever seen.
I think that's why Xavier Weiss is starting.
Mm-hmm.
That
was such a good game, man.
Well, here we go. We're going to see. We got 6 minutes to go here in the game. 39-7. Been a long fourth quarter here. Both teams taking their time. We've been throwing the ball a whole lot more. Just taking some time. We saw both teams keeping the ball on the ground a lot earlier in the game. The clock was moving quickly.
All right, Garrett's going to line up here in their standard offense. They're going to give it up to the middle with their fullback, 30 here. There's another down Garrett Railroader. I think he's looking at cramping too, shaking his leg, but he gets up.
Forced out of bounds, 43-yard line.
And as we kind of wind down the game, if anybody read any of the, around the Northeast State, whatever, I can't remember which article it was that picked the standing, their predictions for the NE8.
Yes.
They picked, I think they put us at 5th.
It was pretty high.
Well, to me, they put us pretty low.
Yeah, no, I thought low too. Yeah, we're talking 8 teams. They put us 5th. The thing is though, when you look at what we lost, so you lost Caden Hinkle, and everybody thought we were a one-man team. What the article didn't say is, we got 80 guys out this year, and we got all these new guys, and we're into our systems now.
Sure.
Based on what we had returning and what we lost, I'm talking statistically wise, okay? Yardage gained last year, and do we have any of it back? Do we have any junior running backs coming back with points and yardage?
Right. Yeah.
We lost people, and so I'm not surprised they put us there now. I think we're going to finish 1 or 2. I really do. I'm going to go out on a limb, and I think we're going to be at the top of the conference.
Yeah.
Now we'll find out, won't we? That's why.
That was intercepted. That was Owen
It is intercepted. There you go.
And that's something the Barons haven't had this game.
Yeah. So I go through and I look at our schedule and I think can we contend for the NE8? We have to go to East Noble. That's going to be that's going to be a crazy game. But last year we were 30 seconds from walking out of that game with the victory. So I don't.
Yep.
It's going to be a year to every game is going to be good. Every game is going to be exciting, and I think the Baron fans are in for a good season.
And I would say that game between DeKalb and East Noble, that is as equal as a rival between with Garrett. I mean, we look back at DeKalb history. The year we won state, we went 15-1, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. The one loss we had was to East Noble, and I also think a really sleeper in the conference could be Columbia City.
Well, yes, Columbia City.
They're always just a really solid team.
Yeah, they're returning 15 of 22 starters. Huntington North is going to be good this year. So by no means will we have is the NE8 an easy schedule.
Agreed.
You have about 5 teams in the NE8 that are contenders in every game they play.
I mean, the hardest game I would say would definitely be East Noble, but you also got to look. They have a really solid team over there. Mm-hmm. And you look at, I mean, everybody's talking about Austin Phillips right now. He's currently #1 rank in the state, 8, I believe, ranked nationally. Correct me if I'm wrong. But he has offers from Notre Dame, Purdue, Indiana, a lot of really big Cincinnati, really big schools. I mean, but I feel like we could give them as equal opportunity because that's just one player. and I feel like we have a solid, not player, but team, if that makes sense.
And you know, the rest of the East team is very good as well. So and that's the thing of it's going to come down to the big moments of the games.
Yes.
Who's gonna come away with those big moments, and that's what it's gonna be against East Noble. That's how it's gonna be against Leo. That's how it's gonna be against Columbia City and Huntington North. You have to win the big moments.
Yeah, and I would definitely say it's the same with this game. I mean, they have one or two standout players, and we were able to shut them down, and that's where we are now. I feel like if we can continue to develop this strategic area or mindset around every game, we should be relatively fine. All right, well, it's 4 minutes left of the fourth quarter. Barron 39, Garrett 7. We'll see what's happening.
Yeah, and I don't know if Belmont hung on. I know last I looked, they were trailing by 2.
Okay.
So I got to look that up again.
We'll see. Well, meanwhile, Barons are going to go to a bubble pass. They're going to look.
Zirkle again.
He might score here. Here we go. 10, 5. I think he's going to.
In.
Touchdown. Zirkle. That's his second, I believe.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Hey, there's the lights again.
Those beautiful lights. And here comes the fireworks. There they are. And these beautiful things, all of this is, of course, not done without our beautiful sponsors. I don't know all of them. Some of them, I know one of them is Holbrook Lawnscape. Love that company.
There we go. The Holbrook. Wow. Nothing like a plug there, huh?
Right. So here we go. Another PAT for Riker Ball.
This will give me some bragging rights in the office on Monday.
Oh, will it? Do you have some Garrett?
We have some Garrett alums in the office, so.
There you go. You know, that kick goes back to what you said a little bit ago, Baker. He's now going into the locker room probably with at least 2 successful kicks.
Yep.
Very positive. You know, I can do it. Next week at Angola, if the game's on the line, he knows he can kick the field goal. He knows he can kick the extra point. Everything's good. You know, his holder's back in the game. And I do think that's a confidence builder.
Yeah. Well, and we should, after the change of possessions, the clock won't stop.
And coming from Riker's perspective, I mean, last year he had several points where he had to prove himself as a kicker and finish the game and win. Coming into this new season, maybe I don't have it anymore. I mean, I've missed a couple. Now he has a satisfaction of maybe it was my fault, maybe it was just a bad kick.
Right.
Yeah, Angola won their game. It was 42 to 18. So, I mean, we got a game next. We could have a very, very good game next week.
Well, you know, I was talking to Coach Wilcox just a couple of weeks ago because his kids and my grandkids hang out together a little bit.
Very involved in the theater department, too.
Yeah, theater, but they're very involved in the theater department still. Great, you know, our summer intensive. They're all big supporters, coaches still.
Yeah.
He's still a really proud alumni, if you want to know the truth about it. And but, you know, he's got a program going up there now, and it's finally falling into what he wants, you know. So win tonight doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Well, good for him.
Well, then one of their assistant coaches, Mitch Wolf, I know him very well through the trading card world, and he said this is a year where, you know, they graduated a lot last year, and it gave 22 kids the opportunity to show that they can play football.
Absolutely right. That's absolutely right.
If you heard some ruckus, that's because Shane Merritt, BTV member, is in the game.
Garrett.
You have got to love that.
Everybody, he is a crowd pleaser. Everybody loves Shane Merritt.
Yes.
And I'll tell you what, Shane Merritt runs our Joke of the Day program.
He does.
And if you want to watch a little of Shane's jokes,
He is hilarious.
Oh, man, just tune in to BTV. You can catch it on YouTube. You can watch all the episodes, catch up on the news, both local, what's going around the high school, what could be going around Auburn or a town close to you, even some local and national. Our kids do a phenomenal job putting the news on. But Shane is our Joke of the Day guy. So at the end of every broadcast, he's got a Joke of the Day for you. Took over for our famous camera lady here, Emma Brooks, who used to run that program.
Great guy. I heard he's going to homecoming this Saturday. So
He
hopefully
says he is excited about
he has
that.
a date, he said, too. So hopefully he gets some playing time. He gets to go to homecoming. It's going to be a good weekend for him.
Homecoming's on Saturday?
Saturday.
They don't do that after the game anymore?
No, they changed it. So that's a great opportunity to say,
well, that's
Mr.
probably a good
Frills.
thing because it's almost 10 o'clock.
Well, and you know what we discovered, Baker, is that if you win the game, it's a great homecoming dance.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you lose the game, nobody wants to go because
That's
everybody
fair.
wants to go home. So they decided, hey, why wouldn't we just do it on Saturday? And they've got more ticket sales than they've ever sold. It's going to be earlier. It's not going to start so late. So, yeah, I think it's been a good call by the Art League and Mr. Wagner and
You'll be able to
figuring
go
that schedule out.
go get some dinner, go maybe go bowling or
Yeah.
something. I don't know. Have a
Exactly.
good time.
You know, my podcast that I'm on that focuses on minor league sports, we were invited to a training camp last night that started at 10 p.m.
10
And
p.m.
So, yeah, talking about 10 p.m. So I was at the PSM Ice House until about midnight this
Oh, my
morning.
goodness.
Getting,
There you go.
getting stuff done with that. That was a good time.
All right, well, 30-some seconds left here until the Barons walk away 1-0. Start of the season. Let's just see if Garrett's going to put anything else on the board, make themselves
He's got
look
to run to the outside. He's got some room and nice tackle.
good. I thought he didn't have it for a second, but then he caught up to him, broke down a little bit.
Eric Barr?
I believe
or
it was.
Eli Schwab.
Number 23.
I want to say that was Schwab.
It was Eli Schwab with the tackle there.
Well, because we have two 23s here, and I would assume that Eli's.
Yeah, I would assume with you that he is not in.
That
right
is
now.
Eli Schwab. Okay. Huh, yeah. Well, there you go.
Well, there it is.
There it is. Look at that.
1-0.
Well, there you go. What's your assessment of the game tonight, Mr. Baker? We've talked a lot about it tonight, but sum it up for me.
You know, our defense did their job. Offense showed that they can score. So, I mean, we got an exciting season coming up. I think this is a team people wrote off because they're like, oh, you lost all your receivers. You're not going to score. Well, we replaced them. Our defense is better. Our offense is going to – I think our offense could be better. The way Vice has developed as a quarterback, I
Agreed.
think we're in for a phenomenal season.
Time is going to tell. There's no doubt about that. And your sum up, Charlie, what do you think?
So I think this is going to be a great year. It was a great start of the game. I really like the way the offense is developing. Xavier Vice is a great quarterback. I like the way he runs. It's a new offense. It's not like we've seen before in DeKalb for a long time, I feel like. Defense, I think they personally need a little bit of time more developing, but they're going to be a great team, and I think it's going to be a great season.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I think there's a lot going on. I think there's a lot that we can count on for the season. It'll be interesting to see if we got enough guys field time and game tested to come up against the Hornets next week.
Yeah.
We are on the road, so we will not be with you tomorrow. Remember, BTV is committed to bringing you as many home events as we can. We will try to bring you as many things as we can from our campus here, no matter what they are. So we hope you continue to tune into YouTube and continue to watch. Again, big shout out to our sponsors, Auburn Essential Service. I want to also thank the administration, and I want to thank the BTV crew, especially Gavin Horde, our on-field cameraman tonight, our engineer tonight, Wyatt Nepper, our close-up camera work done tonight by Emma Books, phenomenal. Our commentary, play-by-play student broadcaster tonight, Charlie Holbrook. You did a great job, Charlie. Thanks for being in the booth with us tonight.
Thank you.
And as always, I want to thank Ryan Baker for joining us in the booth tonight. And from all of us here at BTV, thanks for tuning in. And